she's not been feeling well. I said, yeah, I could tell. She's been trying to fight for life by herself. She's been trying to make a home for everyone else. She's been trying to be patient, trying to be kind, but all of this delusion is fogging her mind. Then I felt the earth shift beneath my feet, and I felt the warmth of the moonbeam. For the first time I felt okay in my skin, 'cause I finally found a place where I fit in.
With all that we've got, we keeping on. But oh mama, we've made it to the other side, singing oh mama, oh mama. Hold your head up high, this is our time. Hold your head up high.
then let's get active. Show me how you act when it's action. I gotta warn you, this is different than the practice. Cause battle after battle make a savage. It's what I'm made for. Big mistake, bro. But he doing all he can, can't stay close. Watch out. Let me show you how it's done. Take notes, no way I take a loss. Better pray the game broke. Drop in, walk him down, boom, boom, caught him, lock in. Watch me go to work as if I clocked in. It's been getting out of hand, somebody stop him. You wish you could, I'm too good. Yeah. I make it look easy. I make it look easy. I'm way too good. Yeah. I make it look easy. I make it look easy. I'm way too good. I'm way too turned up, heat it up, burn up. Put the pressure on them and I probably might hurt some. Watch the moves on me, you might just learn some. Try it and you fail, not the only, you're the first one. A lot of names on that list who try to stop me, but not a single one of them was copy. I pack them up, I roll them out, I'm serving them some maki. Only way to win is if you copy, but I'm too good. Yeah. I make it look easy.
Let's go. Goodbye, bro. Let's go.
Yunara's been doing her job for a long time, but centuries of standing guard in the Spirit Realm have only sharpened her resolve and her aim. In-game, Yunara is an ADC for ADCs, with a focus on core marksman skills like spacing and orb blocking. She's all about ramping up power and unleashing it at exactly the right time. So pour yourself some tea and brush up on your ancient Ionian. It's time for the Yunara Champion Spotlight.
The time has come to prune the tree.
Up first, Yunara's passive, Vow to the First Lands. Her critical strikes deal extra magic damage. And now that's it. That's the entire passive. Yunara's Q is Cultivation of Spirit. She gains stacks of Unleash by attacking enemies. At max stacks, Yunara can activate Q to, you guessed it, Unleash for a few seconds. She gains attack speed, bonus damage on hit, and deals splash damage in a small area with each attack. Unleash stacks decay quickly out of combat, so Yunara wants to stay in the fray to stay at her strongest. Next, W is Arc of Judgment. Yunara sends a swirling prayer beat out, which damages and slows enemies as it travels. It slows down any time it hits a target, then lingers and expands at its terminus, continuing to damage enemies who don't get out of the way. For E, Yunara activates Kanmei's Steps, which grants her a quick burst of move speed to chase down enemies, reposition, or dodge skill shots. Now let's focus on her ultimate, Transcend One's Self. With R, Yunara taps into her full power, entering a transcendent state for several seconds that enhances all of her basic abilities for the duration. Her Q, Cultivation of Spirit, instantly activates and empowers her attacks for as long as she's transcended, which is a long-duration upgrade. Her W, Arc of Judgment, becomes Arc of Ruin. Instead of a swirling prayer bead, she fires a beam of spirit magic that slows and deals high damage in a line. Finally, her E, Kanmei Steps, becomes Untouchable Shadow. She gains a short dash instead of movement speed, and the ult cast resets the cooldown. She can dive out of danger or right into the fight. When Yunara transcends oneself, her enemies don't have a prayer.
Age of Retribution!
Like many other AD carries, Yunara wants to play safe until she finds the right moment to get aggressive. She's truly powerful with a fully stacked Q. If Cultivation of Spirit is ready to activate, it might be a good time to fight. An even better time to fight? When her ult is up. Her mobility is pretty limited most of the time, so opponents want to lock her down before she goes all Super Kinku mode. Positioning is key here. All that potential power means nothing if she doesn't live long enough to use it. Yunara is meant for you ADC purists. Her ramping power might feel familiar if you like playing Ashe or even Zeri. Basically anyone who likes decimating enemies with a relentless barrage of autos. Find out what more than 200 years of Spirit Realm experience looks like with Yunara, the Unbroken Faith.
Perseverance, patience, providence.
truth is I follow.
Friday. You know what that means? Nandito na naman tayo sa Paglikha ng Alamat dito lamang sa Liga Republika. Nasa pangalawang araw na nga tayo ng ating group stages and handang-handa kami para sa inyo, para sa mga paparating na laban. Salvatore, I'm here with my good friend Dumpster Fire, and what a group stage it has been, Dumpster Fire. Considering that it's only been the second day, we still have 2 more groups to go. Are on the way out.
That's absolutely right. And of course, no, meron tayong new batch of teams kasi Group B na tayo ngayong araw na to. But just to make a few clarifications, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday sinabi namin na EA Gaming lang magpro-proceed from Group A, but apparently we're gonna be getting 2 teams from each bracket. So that means that also West Point will be able to proceed throughout Liga Republika. So yun lang, just a minor clarification lang sa sinabi namin kapon. So of course, right now we also have 3 teams in Group B. Who do we have, Salvatore?
Oh yeah, that's Ion Global Academy, I Miss You, and Amigo Esports. But before we do head on to Group B, let's talk about a bit of Group A because I really like to give a bit of a recap about Group A. No? But pero siguro onting delay lang muna. Siguro tournament format nga muna tayo para malinawan yung mga manonood natin. No? So we have a single elimination qualifier stage na nag-conclude na nga. No? Kaya nandito na nga tayo sa groups. Paglilipat naman tayo sa ating round robin where the top 3 teams from that qualifiers will be placed into 4 groups. Group A to Group D. And they will be played in a best of 1. So matira-matibay nga naman talaga ang mangyayari dito sa round robin where it's a playoffs. Dito pa natin magkakaalaman kung gaano nga ba sila katigas at consistent via the best of 3 and the best of 5s.
Of course, Salvatore. And of course, we have to remember, these are the top 12 teams kaagad sa tournament natin. These are the best of the best, I'd like to say. Ang daming teams natin ng qualifiers eh. And of course, they didn't get to drop a single, possibly only dropped 1 game. And that's why these are the teams, ladies and gentlemen, that have made it the top 12 of your Liga Republika 2025.
So ito na nga, dito na tayo sa may Group B. Meron tayong Amigo Esports, I Miss You, and then Ion. Pero dito naman sa may kabilang banda sa Group C at Group D, makakasama nyo naman sila sa mga susunod na araw. No? At talagang mapapaturo kayo kung sino yung magiging pambato niya talaga. No? Kasi already in Group A, it looks like EA already looking like the tournament favorites here. Putting up an upset up against WP Academy, who also are the tournament favorites considering they are in the defending championship territory. Pero dito tayo sa Group B, pre. Ito ang ating today's match. And these are the 3 teams that really lashed out during the qualifier stage, especially Ion Global, no? Na marami nakatungo sa revamp roster ng Ion, pre. Hindi ito yung kinasanayan natin last year. And what a bang it has been for this team.
Oo nga, and ayan na po, no, such an amazing graphic, no, really helps yung mga very, very small attention spans like me. Of course, match 1 here, AES versus I Miss You, and then the rest na, that will follow later on. But of course, again, ayan na, yung team ng bayan natin, di ba, yung I Miss You. Grabe talaga yung traction nila sa ating Facebook page. Ayan na, nagsashare lang ako na, puro harek nakikita ko. Anong pinagtatawanan nyo? Ayan na, may I Miss You pala.
Oo naman, pre, kasi wordplay yan eh. Isipin mo nga naman, pre, pag nag-qualify ito sa LCP, kailangan banggitin ng caster yung pangalang I Miss You kahit wala naman silang namimiss. Or kung meron man, syempre, kailangan nila i-reveal kung sino yun. Obligado kung sino yun eh. I Miss You. Totoo nga naman na tago sa puso pag sinabi mo nga naman talaga. So shoutout dyan sa ating mga summoners na may namimiss habang nanonood ng Liga Republika. Isama nyo na nga yan. Sa kayong dalawa, manood na nga kayo ng Liga Republika kasi habang marami tayo dito, lahat tayo dito nagkakasiyahan nga naman. That's the whole point of Liga Republika, pre, is to revive slowly but surely, stage by stage, layer by layer ang ating league community para marami pa tayong Liga Republika sa mga susunod na taon.
Oo nga, and of course they have the coveted LCP wildcard playoff slot that they are going to be fighting for coming into this tournament. And that's a beautiful side benefit. And of course, ayan na po, I always get thrown away when I kind of say side benefit. Kasi side benefit ba yan? Na yung prize pool natin for Liga Republika 2025 is 860,000 pesos, Salvatore.
Yes. Grabe, no? That's already close to 1 million pesos. Pero yung
Oo nga.
860,000, life-changing, it will be put into good use and good
Course.
purpose nga naman talaga. No?
Mga
Considering
skins,
na,
di ba?
malay mo, ilang legendary skins yung pwede mong bilhin dyan. Tapos hindi lang ikaw yung makikinabang, pwede mo rin tulungan yung mga kaibigan mo na tinulungan ka
Diba?
para maabot yung gantong klaseng posisyon eh. No?
Oo nga.
So baka may baka naman dyan sa mga champion dyan, add nyo lang Salvatore,
Diba?
hashtag,
Hello naman.
ito yung right ID ko. Bigyan nyo na sa amin dalawa ni Dumpster Fire, no? But
Oh.
with that out of the way, I'm already excited to introduce the teams later on. May kita nyo nga ang kanilang lineup later. And ito na nga, speaking of pre, this is now the team lineups
Yun.
representing I Miss You, the former Limitless Arcade, and also Life is Roblox. We have Luke, Justin, Knuckles, Yuri, Mallory, and Owako up against Amigo Esports na grabe nga naman pre, no? It's one of the few teams na, wait lang pre, pero hindi ako familiar dito. But their names already sparked really loudly during the qualifiers pre. Demon, Sidestone,
course.
Lenoj, Xiao, and as well as Wanzi.
Oo nga. And it is gonna be a very, very interesting game that we have yet to see, ladies and gentlemen, because again, as I keep reiterating, and it does sound like a broken record at this point, but these are one of the best teams in Liga Republika right now, and I'm super excited to see how they were able to proceed. You know, it pretty much changes the game. Mag-iiba yung game eh. Sabi din ng anong kinas namin ni Apple na iba yung laro nyo sa qualifiers, and of course when you reach the group stage din, marami na kayong natutunan. There's a lot of stronger scouting reports. You were able to see the recent gameplays of your competitors.
Yeah, this is also a group na feeling ko nga naman talaga is belongs to the competitive side of group stages just because of what oozes between Ion, I Miss You, and as well as Amigo Esports. Because these are three teams that really stood out during the qualifiers eh, no? At masasabi nga natin na though minimal ang triple tie, pre, ito talaga yung group na mapapasabi ka na parang pwede, no? Ang hirap talaga magturo kung sino yung pwede manalo dito sa group na to, eh, no? So let's take a look at the match history of Amigo Esports, kung ano ba yung ginawa nila para talaga magpang-abot dito, no? So Amigo Esports only dropping one game up against Ouroboros, pero those two fights pre na ipanalo nila, that was one heck of a fight nga naman.
Oo nga, and of course, Ouroboros, makikita natin who is also in one of the groups, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Group D ba ata yun sila. But again, yeah, somebody, also a team that you're gonna be able to try and check out later on. So of course, stay tuned lang tayo sa Liga Republika. In the next few days, we're gonna have a lot. At ayan na po, paring Salvatore. Tinitext na natin si Mallory from Team I Miss You, no? Ano ang kwentong League of Legends mo?
Ayon dito kay Mallory. Me and my friends started playing in an internet cafe. Parang lahat eh, no? Ganun talaga ang kwento. Then my friends hooked me up on playing League back when it was 2014. I pursued pro career kasi naramdaman ko kung gaano kasi ang maglaro on stage. And this man has a competitive spirit that lived on for 11 years. Imagine, pre, 2014. Pwede ka pa mag-stack ng Black Cleaver, yung Bone Tooth Necklace ni Rengar, iba pa. Si Pantheon, iba pa yung mga abilities. Si Ryze, a lot of things were different back in 2014. But Mallory did not back down for his dream to play competitive League of Legends and eventually hop into the stage that is LCP. Wow, what a story by Mallory.
Of course. Ayan, at ayun na po yung mga caster predictions natin, no? Ayan na, na-reveal tayo ng prod natin. Of course, I'm gonna be rooting for Amigo Esports coming into this game. I think that their show in the vast majority of yung qualifiers na was very, very strong. I have to say, the fact that they were able to pretty much go through it, yung medyo kalma lang yung tingin ko sa gameplay nila, pre. They weren't very panicky. They didn't make a lot of mistakes, and I'm very confident in Amigos Esports.
For me, I put my vote here for I Miss You, considering na they have one of the best outings here during the qualifiers with star-studded performance from Luke, Justin, and as well as Knuckles. Na feeling ko nga naman talaga nagko-complement sila sa isa't isa. Knuckles being able to roam around the map, and ganun din ka-proactive si Luke, Justin. The teams were really punished heavily during the stint na naglaban ang I Miss You dun sa mga nakasugapan nila during the qualifiers. So a lot of confidence oozing from I Miss You, especially from what we saw from them, eh, no? So feeling ko nga naman talaga macro-wise, there is a lot of edge here in I Miss You.
Oo nga, that's something that we're gonna be able to stay tuned to. Something very, very interesting, no? Yung draft nila, and of course, how they're gonna be able to micro and play the macro game as well coming into this game. This is very important kasi inusapan namin kahapon yung team synergy. And we think that's something that's very, very important. And we have yet to see from all of our teams coming into Liga Republika.
Samahan nyo kami dalawa ni Dumpster Fire at matunghayan ang best of the best dito lamang sa Liga Republika. and we're back.
Ayun.
Parang ganun lang,
Wow,
pre.
ang ganda.
Pagkaroon ng isang malupit na cinematic, draft pace na pala tayo, Dumpster Farm. Bilis ah.
Ayan, bilis. Of course, that's how we roll here in Liga Republika. Wala nang ano-ano pa. We are jumping right into the game, ladies and gentlemen. At ayan na, yung sinout out natin na champion, dinana agad.
Bakit nga naman hindi? Solid kasi ang gumamit si Wako no?
Of course.
So, tama lang naman. Actually, it's not just Wako. Probably everybody, even Mist, had a blast out performance with Varus no? Pero kailangan nga natin i-ban yan. Isa sa mga high win rates ngayon si Varus. Pero tandaan pa rin natin, open pa rin ng mga champions tulad ng Ashe, Senna, or even Kai'Sa, no? So, that still leaves an opportunity for a possible hard carry for both of these teams in the bot lane.
Of course. It's just something that you'd rather not deal with in a game. No?
Yeah.
Yung isang very, very well-rounded ADC, may chains of corruption pa, a lot of safety, slow, poking, parang kumpleto ata to si Varus eh. So of course, it's not uncommon that we're seeing him being banned out as early on. No? AES pretty much just committing kami na lang magbaban nito pre, kasi pag hindi namin binan, sure ko kayo din.
And look at the respect, no? One of the few rare occasions na makikita nating banned out ang Twisted Fate dito sa tournament na to, no? But once they do ban this, it just kind of feels like na nagbabawas nga sila ng global presence. Lipa na kasi yung mga Nocturne and Galio picks eh. At ang maganda dito kung magkakaroon pa sila ng isa pang layer via the Twisted Fate. So here comes the final ban here for I Miss You. Picking out the Nocturne, inuunti-unti nga nila yung mga jungle champions dito na kahit papano, hindi rin makikinabang ang I Miss You. Knowing na Luke Justin, despite having a wide array of champions in the jungle, mas gugustuhin pa nga rin na nila na mag-rely dun sa mga, alam mo yun, yung kayang tumapat dun sa mga Vice, sa mga Pantheons. And here comes the first pick here for Amigos Esports, prioritizing still the jungle kasi grabe nga naman yung impact nila this season.
Oo nga, and of course si Wukong, very very strong early pick. You can't really go wrong with that, no? The Cyclone as well, such great strong team fight utility. And of course, as we were saying, no, just talking about the bans, tong Nocturne saka yung Twisted Fate na binaban, inusapan kasi namin na usually in pro play, you always see the bans on these yung parang semi-global champions, yung madali mag-respo. At ayan na, at yung Nocturne and the Twisted Fate is obviously an obvious ban here. But of course, the Pantheon still very much open for I Miss You to take up here.
Well, I Miss You will not be going Pantheon, at least on the jungle side. But in terms of the top side matchups, pwede nga nilang gamitin yun. Total nagkakaroon nga tayo ng mga flooding ng picks ng Sion or even the tank laners like Morn. So one of the few champions that could really counter them is the Pantheon. No? So Lucian picked here by I Miss You. Amigo Esports could do something really funny here, no? Picking Brom or even Rel para ma-hard counter dito ang Lucian, no? A very good level to support yung pwedeng i-disrupt talaga yung power spike ng Lucian para hindi siya makapwesto sa lane. Could be used here by Amigo. So Kai'Sa nga pipiliin nila dito. It's either going to be the Leona or even the Alistar para sa AE na para mag-complement yung Kai'Sa pick dito.
Oo nga, and of course the Nidalee pick up here for I Miss You, very very useful. No? Alam naman natin na kahit na in human form lang siya, yung primal surge niya, extra attack speed yun. And Luke Justin here with Lucian as well pick up is something that I think I Miss You is trying to secure na lang, tapos magbe-build around na lang sila in response to what Amigo Esports are gonna be able to pick. But ayan na, pinik yung Tarik
para kay Sidestone. Lahat mabibiyayaan ng invulnerability, maski tayong dalawa, Martin, no? Pero that's a nice pick by Amigo Esports, no? Pero the patented Lucian Nami will be picked by Wako and Knuckles. Pero ito yung nakikita ko actually, no? The all-ins by Wamsi and as well as Sidestone, solid to actually. But the burst by Wako and Knuckles, pag nag-level 3 nga sila, I feel like will outmaneuver kung ano man yung sustain na meron ng Amigo sa bot.
Oo nga, maaari nga yun, but it all goes down to whether or not gonna be landing their abilities, no? Something very very important coming into this game. But of course, these teams know how to do that. And again, the Tarik just pretty much solidifies yung all-in play style that Amigo Esports can try and go for coming into this game. Yun, wag invulnerable ka, ayan na, the Kai'Sa pretty much just go crazy. Yung Cyclone as well for the teamfight utility coming in from this Wukong could be very very big for them.
Actually, Galio ban by Amigos could be really good. Pero Silas din actually, no? Kasi pag pinilito ni Yuri, that's
yung
already
Cyclone.
3 utilities that could be used as game-changing ultimates para sa I Miss You, you know? Kasi not only do you have a tidal wave, and there is also a very good amount of engage mula din dun sa The Calling, no? Kasi malakas na pa-poke din yan. So yun na nga, Amigo Esports nakinig sa akin, you know, at may informant nga sila dito at binanang Silas. That's really good actually. So I Miss You, they will be forced to play the Galio on this one or even pick the top laner muna.
Uy, yan na. And the top laner, it is, as they do lock onto that Renekton, no? Very strong as well. I think we saw a very good performance from Renektons in the previous group stage. Nakikita naman natin, very solid champion. The laning is not that problematic. And nakikita natin actually, the Renekton yesterday went mid lane. But of course, this is gonna be possibly a top. We'll see how they're gonna be able to try and play this from I Miss You. But instantly, a Yorick locked in from Amigos Esports.
So tinapatan kagad dito ni Xiao Bajau ang Renekton ni Mallory kasi feeling ko nga no, early game wise the trades will happen. Ma-armor rin dito si Xiao at ang magiging kalagayan nito is hindi pa natin sure kung makakapag-position dito yung Yorick kasi ang pwedeng gawin ng Yorick ay mag-lock talaga ng isang tower, pwedeng makadisrupt ng team fighting sa I Miss You at yun talaga yung pwedeng mangyari dito sa Amigo na iba yung maging direction ng team fighting and heading into that scaling towards the mid game. So wala munang Galio for Amigo, no? So ang pinaka premise lang talaga nila is to play around the roaming. So yun actually, no, relying on the jungle side para sa magic damage and they do have a lot of DPS for I Miss You. Pero Amigo Esports, in terms of movement and sustainability, this is looking pretty kind of good for the draft of Amigos.
Oo, I like the way that they're going to play this game. Nakikita din natin naman yung Yorick. And speaking of Yorick, this isn't really the super flashy champion. No? Like we said previously, tong champion na to, he's not the one that makes the flashy plays. Hindi siya yung kukuha ng lahat ng kills. He's also a lot of side pressure for these lanes. Yung pushing ability niya is very strong coming into this game. And again, the knock-in from Knuckles on that Yone, just to pretty much solidify yung engage nila sa team fight, no? Can be very good. They also have the tidal wave already coming in from the Nami. So, both very well-rounded picks, I'd say, for both teams.
Yes, it's definitely well-rounded no? And di ka nagkakamali doon, Martin, just because every matchup on its own has its weak points. Pero feeling ko hindi itatap yun ng I Miss You tsaka ng Amigo kasi I just see a passive matchup no? So although magiging proactive yung mga junglers natin dito just because that's the nature of Nidalee, yung makakuha ka nga naman talaga ng magandang gank at least during the full clear, and as well as Bukong na malaki din yung presence niya knowing na yung mid laners and top laners can disrupt enemy movement. Doon talaga mararamdaman yung early game dito no? Pero but the rest, wala muna masyadong galawan dito. Trades will do happen. Ganks will also prevail. Pero at the same time, Amigo and I Miss You do build comps na rely on snowballing lang talaga
Oo nga. And if we turn our sights towards the bottom lane, nakikita naman natin, of course, the typical Lucian Nami combo. Very strong, very aggressive. But I can't really think of any better way to counter that apart from also this Kai'Sa as well as the Taric. No, medyo may presence pa din yun sa bottom lane. I don't think necessarily they're gonna get ultra bullied. Siguro naman maaaring parang medyo pwede ma-even if Amigo Esports play it right along with their visits from their jungler.
Yeah. Mahalaga dito talaga yung mga dalaw ng junglers no? It's order to maintain, i-sustain sa isang lane na kailangan mo nga naman talaga para ma-maximize mo yung gold income. Kasi power spike yung labanan dito no? Kai'Sa getting the Noon Quiver, the Lucian getting the Essence River, even a bit of CDR para makapag-change siya ng abilities kagad. It's a matter of who just gets the burst damage early on in the early game no? So, any sort of changing of pace, pwedeng magpabago nga naman talaga ng anyo dito, whether it will be from Amigos or even at I Miss You. So it's going to be indeed game-changing. Lahat talaga ng makikita natin, mananahimik muna sa simula. Pero the moment na mabuhay yung dragon na yan, or kailangan nga talaga ng desperation first blood, ay tingnan mo naman pre, magsisilipa na ang mga katawan sa river.
Ayan na, tinitingnan muna natin yung mga minions natin na maglalaban-laban dito sa ating mga lanes. At ayan, yung shopkeeper din na kinausap. Anong kaya binibili nito?
Grabe.
Asin?
Hindi pala nakakalimot si production no? Hindi lang pala dapat si champions ang hina-highlight no? Pati si shopkeeper, isipin mo naman pre, mag-iisang dekada na natin kasama si Shopkeeper, di pa natin na siya shoutout yung mga yan no? Kasi palagi na lang sila Aatrox, sila Silas no? Pero yung mga Shopkeeper, shoutout nga pala kay Manong Tindero dyan no? At sa ating mga minions dyan na grabe alay ang buhay para sa ating katuwaan no? And that is League of Legends, pre.
Ayan and we're gonna look at this tear down na naman nakakita natin, no? Thank you, Prod, so much for this. Look at that, Cinema na kaagad, boy. Hindi pa nagsisimula yung laro. Uy, parang maliit si Renekton dito
parang, hindi ganyan si Tonton hindi ganyan si Renekton. Parang nag-ibang anyo ata dito si Lolong no? At nawalan ata siya dito ng angas. Kasi parang hindi siya nakakatakot no? Pero tingnan natin, baka sa in-game pa siya humiyaw dito at talagang magpakita nga naman talaga ng kanyang fangs no? Kasi malay mo nga naman si Mallory mag-activate dito. Kasi baka kinaklawn lang natin sila dito sa mga face-off. Pero baka mas malakas pa na sila maglaro.
Oo nga. And of course, jumping into the game will be very, very keen on observing kung ano ba talaga yung mga movements, yung rotations, at yung responses na makikita natin sa ating mga teams ngayon. Again, ladies and gentlemen, Amigos Esports will be going up against I Miss You's pinakaunang laro natin para sa araw na to. And we're super, super excited.
Mga kapwa ko, mag-comment kayo dyan sa ating Facebook live stream ngayon na para malaman namin dalawa ni Martin kung sino nga ba ang inyong pambato dito, whether it would be from Amigo Esports or I Miss You. Pwede namin basahin yung isa-isa at maya-maya, kaya comment down below para sa ating team spirit, para sa inyong team spirit, no? Kung tingin nyo Amigos nga ba or I Miss You dito ang may alas para makuha nga nila ang panalo dito. Tandaan natin, best of 1 na to. Wala na tong pangalawang pagkakataon, no? So it is indeed a make or break. At itong araw na rin na to ay nakaalay para malaman natin kung sino ang aabangan siya. Ladies and gentlemen, we now take you towards the Summoner's Rift for the second day of the group stages dito lamang sa Liga Republika sa laban ng Amigos Esports versus I Miss You. I Miss You nga naman talaga.
Ay, grabe. Ang ganda ng timing mo dun, pre. Ang gaganda naman. At dito na tayo sa Summoner's Rift, yung shopkeeper na yan. Bili na kayo ng mga starting items nyo. And we'll be able to see that in a bit. But of course, Amigo Esports will be on our blue side, ladies and gentlemen. At saka yung I Miss You naman sa ating red side.
Tingin kami ng 5v5, no? Wala pa tayo nakikitang invade masyado no? Kasi puro mga puro punta lang
safety.
Sa lane. Pengin naman kami ng invade, yung 5v5, rekta sa blue o kaya rekta sa red. Yung parang talagang sisigaw kami dalawa ni Martin. Kasi grabe, no? Aggressive pala, hindi pala passive si Amigo tsaka si I Miss You, no? So, ilang beses nyo maririnig si I Miss You, pero ikaw ba Martin, may namimiss ka ba dyan? May namimiss pa tayo dyan? Kasi ako meron.
Of course naman.
Naman.
Nagkaka-relate tayo dyan. Of course, very relatable team name, no? Masasabi natin dito coming into our group stage. And of course, yan na, may mga shoutout na tayong nagaganap dito sa ating comment section. Shoutout kay Amigos Demon Wukong Gods, sabi ni Boss Kian.
Yun. Yan, comment lang kayo dyan guys. Isa-isayin namin yan dyan ni Martin no? At nakakatuwa nga naman habang nag-engage kayo dyan, dito kami nagkakatuwaan din kami ni Martin na nakikita tong dalawang teams na to. Gumagawa talaga ng lahat nila. Parang inuubos talaga nila yung dugot pawis para talaga makapag-qualify at the playoffs no? Kasi sa playoffs nagkakaalaman doon mo makikita na ito na pre, nag-100% lakas na yung team na nagtatago during the qualifiers. Shoutout nga pala, shoutout sa mga badyaw, let's go. Yun shoutout sa ating mga kaibigan at mga kapwa dyan, mga badyaw no? Maraming salamat sa mga suporta. Ang tanong dito ni Miwa, miss ka ba? Sa akin, tingin ko naman, sana na-miss niya rin ako, no? Pero teka lang, nagkakaroon tayo ng trading sa may bandang bottom side. Kailangan na tumakbo dito ni Wako, gamit ng summoner spells. Nagbabasa pa tayo, pero naglalaban na pala si Amigo.
Oo nga, that is one summoner spell parang Salvatore for all three in the bottom lane. Si Wako wala ng barrier tsaka yung flash niya very early on. Something that I didn't quite expect. But look, Justin actually with a visit here on towards that Grump.
Hindi nagtawag dito ng kasamahan si Demon and that's one camp stolen by Luke Justin no? The moment na nakuha niya si Red Buff at nakuha niya yung level 2, rekta kagad sa blue side ng kalaban. That's proactiveness from Luke Justin at may advantage na kagad siya doon.
Oo nga, and that's actually a very, very high risk play, no? Kasi makikita naman natin if AES actually responded to that, parang magka-problema din si Luke Justin doon. But it actually turned out well for him in the end. And talking about this bottom lane, I think medyo unexpected yung nakikita ko dito. I expected Delusion as well as as this Nami to try and do a little bit more, no? Medyo be a little bit more aggressive. But Sightstone with those stuns, just landing on the mark, have been very, very good for Wamsi.
Speaking of, no, tumama na nga yung dazzle dito. Inuuna nga nila yung pinakamalambot si Nakens. Hindi na ka makasuntok. Force flash out of the Nami. Babalik kay Wako dito yung priority ni Sightstone. Here comes another dazzle.
Ayan na.
Tatama yan. Walang pantakas si Wako. First blood and another kill from the bot lane of Amigo. Vamos para sa kanila.
Uy, grabe naman si Luke Justin doon. I miss you. Grabe yung gameplay na pinapakita sa atin dito. They already were able to take out a lot of coming in on towards the bottom line for bottom side for Amigos Esports, no? But I miss you, Luke Justin, making things happen here in this jungle, no? Sinusolo niya lang talaga si Demon.
Pero tinan mo pre, no, yung agwat ng creep score dito ni Luke Justin, napakalaki nga naman talaga. Doble,
Wala na,
kumbaga
doble
kasi
na.
imi-invade si Luke Justin, you know, pwera kay Demon. Pre, ang usapan, full clear, hindi yung invade ng kalaban. Pero either way, that's putting Luke Justin on a situation na kailangan ko ng i-hard carry tong laron to kasi medyo alanganin na si bot lane.
Oo nga, and of course Demon also will be trying to look out for picks into the map at ayan na, the feat of warfare claimed instantly by Lenoj after getting that solo kill onto Yuri.
Oh, teka lang, isa pa lang yun. Kailangan pa natin makita ng first tower o kaya ng objective pre. Pero that was already putting Amigos on a spot na parang nasa kanila yung momentum ngayon.
Oo nga, and that is gonna be a lot of engage coming in from I Miss You, no? But so far, the lanes, a lot of them in trouble for I Miss You. And I think it's very, very poetic na si Luke Justin has a pretty much a good start here. Kasi siya talaga magpapaiba ng laro na to, di ba? Middle lane got killed, bottom lane as well, just lost all their summoner spells at namamatay din yung dalawa. And now it's up to Luke Justin to try and save what's left of this team.
Yeah, there's something different with Luke Justin who's in flow state. And look at the push control here, putting by Sightstone as he puts another dazzle in the name of Knuckles and Wako. So this is just Amigos storyline, eh, no? The moment that they put themselves in a very good spot, especially on that push control, knowing that they do have timings on the flash of Wako, the dive is imminent. So here comes another dive on the top lane as Luke Justin moves forward with the pounce and the takedown, but the tower is just doing too much damage, and Xiao Bajao lives another day.
Oo nga, they tried to get a little bit more abilities coming in from Xiao Bajao, but that is gonna be the flash utilized from him. As now, Amigo Esports seem to be starting this dragon. Alam na nga I miss you nito.
Pero walang contest whatsoever just because they do have a good amount of prio on the bottom side. And yeah, Amigos with a lot of movements on their lanes, especially on the top lane, forcing that 1v1s. They still have a good amount of control on the objectives, and that's what I like to see from Amigos. I miss you. They need some catching up to do when it comes to the mid game.
Oo nga, and it seems as though Amigos Esports are gonna try and play it a little bit more calmly here, no? Just trying to wait for their core items, letting Wamsi pretty much stack up as well as just gain the items that he needs to try and do a lot more damage coming into this game. Of course, yung Renekton tsaka yung Yorick dito on the top side, a little bit passive, a little bit more aggressive as well coming in from Mallory, but Xiao Bajao not in any dire situation. So far, yung CS din nila, masyadong even din.
And look at Xiao Bajao, eh, no? Like the moment na tumapak siya sa level 6, patik,
Kaya
eulogy
na.
of dials kagad para makakuha niya yung katawang niya dito sa buhay. And that's what you like to see. That's a very good amount of aggression para talaga makapag-wave clear ka kagad. Hopefully get those plates. Kasi mas malakas yung wave clear ni Mallory, no? At kailangan umasa dito ni Xiao Bajao sa ulti niya para talaga magkaroon siya ng boom bet doon. Especially when they do want to get void grabs. Itong void grabs ito makakatulong sa pag-sideline, eh. At wala nang ibang makaka-benefit doon kundi si Xiao Bajao mismo.
Oo nga. Looking at the bottom side as well. Oh, but you can be a little bit of engage onto Luke Justin. I miss Yuri and Lenoj coming in now.
Galit na galit. Payton seal din mula kay Yuri. Between worlds na activate na nga dito ni Lenoj. Luke Justin nakakatanggap ng marami ng bawas as the crushing blow will hit onwards to Luke Justin. Pero 1 HP na nga lang siya. Yuri soul unbound. One more hit and Yuri gets the kill. Lenoj now running away with still flash activated sa kanyang summoner spells. Luke Justin needs to disengage pero tatama dito yung Void Seeker. Luke Justin once again. 1 HP escape as I Miss You finds 1 kill. Oh, teka lang, di pa pala tayo tapos pre. Sightstone flash dazzle as he gets the kill to the Luke Justin at 2 beses ng kamuntigan makatakas.
Oo nga, pero tingnan natin yung bottom lane. Parang libre na yung plates dito para kay Wako tsaka kay Knuckles. A very good rotation coming in from Amigo Esports bottom lane to try and make things happen. Then nakuha din nila si Luke Justin. But again, you're pretty much leaving things up to odds for this bottom lane na katapat nyo.
Here comes the money, no? Feeling ko, pag nakuha ni Wamsi yung kill doon kay Luke Justin, dagdag pa yun sa bangko nga nila, no? Pero maganda yung salo nila sa mid lane. Maganda yung tawag nga nila ng lane swap dito. Just so they could have the good timing rather. Para doon sa void grabs actually, knowing na buhay na nga to, they do want a good amount of damage dito kasi wala nang between worlds si Lenoj. So aasa sila dito sa magandang items ni Wamsi plus the DPS that he has.
Oo nga, and that just goes to show the kind of gameplay that Amigo Esports are going to be having in this game. No, medyo very objective-centered sila, pati yung rotations nila, all in timing for these objectives.
Pero ito na nga, parang gusto nga ilaban to ng I miss yung makukuha ng pangalawang void grabs, and here comes the tidal wave. Sasala nga to ng masyadong malawak as the Aqua Prison will miss as well. Sidestone gets stalled by the Ruthless Predator. Di na makatakas pa ang Tarek dito, and I miss you gets the kill.
Kaya na, and that is gonna be on towards the scoreboard, no? Medyo even lang naman yung net worth natin. Kahit na marami namang objective na kuha. Ultimate from Yuri will not land onto Lenoj.
Buti na nga lang, nakatakas si Lenoj doon. Hindi niya na kailangan gumamit ng double. Tamang sidestep lang. Kailangan i-matrix yung mga ganun. Pero patuloy yung pag-stack dito ni Yuri actually ng aggression no? The moment na nakakapag-mortal skill siya dun sa lane, that just puts him in a good notice na pwede ko nga talagang isolo kill to. Pero hindi ko pa sure kung magiging valuable dito yung pag-solo kill niya kasi pwedeng gumamit ng roaming ngayon si Yuri knowing na mid-control lang hanap ng I miss you.
Oo nga, at ayan na.
Kaya teka lang ata Martin, kailangan mo tumakbo. Luke Justin, may kasama ng tatlo laban sa dalawa. Pero paparating na nga si Wamsi dito para makapag-respo, pero ambahan lang pala yon.
Ayan na, pero ayun na, yung tanong ko talaga kay Luke Justin, saan ba talaga yung jungle mo, bro? Parang mas madalas na kitang nakikita dyan sa blue side jungle kaysa sa yung jungle. And that is a little bit of a very, very strong proactive play coming in from Luke Justin. No? Kung saan nakikita niya si Demon, of course, he will capitalize on that positioning and the mistakes coming in from Amigo Esports.
And that's what you like to see actually. No? Luke Justin not only has the timings of his opponent's summoner spells, alam mo rin yung pathing ng kalaban mo. No? And that's good positioning actually. The moment that Luke Justin steps, the aggression goes there. Pwede siyang magtawag ng mga kakampi doon to get a guaranteed kill. Kasi nga, merong crowd control naman na pwedeng ibato dito si Knuckles na kahit pa paano may skill na may kinalaman dito. Kasi nga, Aqua Present is kind of like a tough skill shot to land. But at least Luke Justin already has the burst damage kasi pabuo na siya ng items dito.
Oo, and I think in the vast majority of the game lang nakikita natin, we see the most of the aggression coming in from I Miss You. And although Amigos Esports have fallen for a lot of these tactics coming in from them, yung ginawa nila din naman is they're trying to secure the areas that wala yung I Miss You, tulad ng mga objectives, and that is why medyo even pa rin yung laro natin ngayon.
Amigos, pumapangalawa na nga ngayon, hindi magsisettle para sa isa. Oo nga, Luke Justin kumakalaban ng jungle dito, pero hindi ata pagdating sa objectives. Demon kumufront, tinatangke nga yung damage dito na binabato ng I Miss You. 700 HP, masesecure na nga dito ng Amigos, but where is the fight? Kasama na nga nila dito si Mallory at magkakaduguan na nga dito as the river turns red. Here comes Cosmic Radiance and everyone is invulnerable from Amigos Esports. And here comes the Beyblade plus the Cyclone between worlds is doing so much damage as Mallory gets taken down. 1-for-1 trade. Everyone is now running away from I Miss You. Hindi sila makapag-re-engage. Good frontline action mula sa Amigos, but I Miss You wanting to turn things around. Javelin toss will be missed. Yuri goes in forward. Soul Unbound, tatama na nga dito, but he will go for disengage. Huge damage mula kay Lenoj. Xiao Badjao gets the kill. Wamsi gets his ADC counterpart. Wamsi gets taken down. Shutdown claim by Yuri. Yuri tatakbo na nga, but Xiao Badjao has the minions and Lenoj gets the double kill. Amigos slices the throats of I Miss You.
Ayan na, the ace coming in from Amigos Esports. That was very, very important from them. But ayan na nga, nakikita natin dun sa river, no? May masyadong back and forth sila kasi they just wanted to wait for that mistake to happen. But the burst damage coming from Amigos Esports and their ability to capitalize on the vitality of I Miss You were able to give them the vast majority of that team fight. Pero pag titingnan natin yung ating net worth, no? It's still pretty much even onto this game. At ayan na.
Teka na pre, ang ating replay pala, no, mula sa simula, And kailangan natin i-highlight talaga si Sidestone dito. Pero ito pre, ito ang aking pinaka-paborito. Ay, sayang di natin makikita. The 5-man Cosmic Radiance. Paano kayo babawas dun? I miss you. That was really tough to see for the red team. But Amigo Esports, they've been doing a pretty good job not only on the objective takes, but the team fights, pre. It looks like they have good positioning on this one.
Oo nga, Sidestone nagpapakita ng omniscient presence dito, no? Yung buong team niya talaga, yung nahuli niya sa kanyang cosmic presence, and that pretty much gave I Miss You an edge for a second in that team fight. I mean Amigos Esports, but then again it was problematic as I Miss You didn't have quite enough CC. Nakikita natin, no? I wish a lot more of Knuckles' abilities landed there. Yung mga tidal wave niya, di pa natin nakikitang tumama ng maayos eh.
We still need to see some scaling for I Miss You, actually. Just because Luke Justin now building the Liandries, and Yuri now proxying his way towards the Blade of the Ruined King. So there is going to be a lot of health shred here for I Miss You, which is going to be very important kasi malakas yung scaling dito ng buhay ni Xiao Bajao, Demon, and as well as Sidestone. So sustainability-wise, Amigo Esports is there. But I Miss You, they do have the good amount of damage. So we still wait and see. We're still gonna wait and see how will that transpire. Finally, a tidal wave with hit, but a decoy will be used for Demon as the escape mechanism. Demon will be running away, but Waka will be hitting the Light Slinger. Sidestone now running away as well para sumama dito para makatakas pa nga, pero hindi na siya patatakasin pa ni Luke Justin. Yuri now finding a kill over to Wamzi, but Wamzi will be going away scot-free, and I Miss You finds 2.
Oo nga, buti na lang may killer instinct pa dun. Si Wamzi was able to escape, but then again, here I Miss You showing a lot of aggression towards this middle lane. They want this tower, and they just might get it.
Yeah, this is a guaranteed tower here for I Miss You. They will be taking one chapter of the Feat of Warfare here, and it's still bound on the side of the objective. Sino nga ba makakakuha dito? 1v1 against the Great One. Yuri now on dangerous HP territory. Between Worlds will go wide.
Uy!
But there's a lot of damage on the Q of the Aurora.
Yun!
And Lenoj gets the solo kill. A new challenger approaches. A nice dodge from the Javelin toss. And Lenoj fades away from the fight.
Grabe, ang ganda talaga ng disengage na meron to si Aurora. Pati niya yung E niya na may slow pa, he pretty much pushes her back pa din. So it's very, very useful coming into that game. And unfortunately for Luke Justin, di niya nahuhuli doon with the dodge. But again, that solo kill was very, very big for Amigo Esports on towards that bottom side.
Yeah, sayang nga talaga ngayon eh. Mallory, ang dami mong bawas at tinatanggap nga naman. And now the turns have tabled eh. No? Tinan mo pre, kanina si Mallory yung may malakas na wave clear. Malakas na trade.
Oo.
Pero hindi na siya makalapit kay Xiao Bajao pre. Despite having no mana.
Oo nga. Tapos bigyan din natin ng props to si Luke Justin for maintaining actually the vast majority of his lead. It doesn't help that 0-4 na sa ngayon si Demon, but apart from that, yung CS lead din ni Luke Justin just because of this proactive jungling. That's the kind of effect na binibigay niya para sa team niya. And it pretty much allows I Miss You to still have a winning shot in a lot of these team fights.
Yeah, Xiao Bajao prioritizing here the armor build and negating anything that Luke Justin is building. So baka talagang ikahina to mamaya ni Xiao Bajao, pero it's all about the target prioritizing for Amigos. Pero okay naman yun sa nakita natin eh, no? Like hindi nga naging ganun ka-impactful yung javelin tosses ni Luke Justin just because the Cosmic Radiance was just really good. Si Wamzi napapatay nyo rin kagad yung mga mahalagang targets. So I Miss You, they still do have the chance to turn things around during the 5v5s, knowing na 2 of their primary carries already have their items. Plus, Wako is now snowballing into a position that he might just be able to do something with Wamzi and Lenoj's damage. So, walang pa-contest mula dito sa Amigos.
Wala,
they are
putting
their notice over to the Ref Herald, and I Miss You gets their first drag.
Oo nga, that's gonna be very, very important. Alam din naman ng Amigos Esports sa kanila yung first 2 dragons, and I think they're pretty much okay with giving it up if it means that they're gonna be able to get a lot more pushing potential gamit ng Rift Herald na to. But ang ganda talaga no, kasi nung lumabas yung mga objectives, nakikita mo sa mapa yung mga pings nila, lahat ng mga red pings nasa bottom side, lahat ng mga blue pings nasa top side din.
Yun naman, I Miss You already getting the tier 2 tower here on the mid side. So this is going to be an easy invade actually from Luke Justin, na kahit papano nga naman talaga, kahit kanina may threat ng tower, palaging nakashadow si Lenoj dun sa may Raptors, hindi pa rin siya natitinag na mag-invade. Lenoj already popping the across the way. Look at already the canvassing of damage by Lenoj. Talagang nangangalahati dito ang buhay ni Yuri no? At napapa-force siya ng pots. And that's already something that AES could look forward to during the mid game para pagpara makakarating nga sila dun sa exciting part, mararamdaman na nga ng I Miss You na teka lang boss, angkat dun sa area na hindi mo talaga maabot no?
Oo nga, and Aurora as well, already a level ahead of Yuri. Not looking good as the moment. Yung CS, di naman siguro ganun ka-detrimental. Just ahead by 10. But the 503 makes it a very, very juicy 500 gold bounty here for the side of I Miss You should they try and commit onto Linoj soon.
Parang nakakaramdam ata dito si Yuri na may pagyanig ata ng pwesto dito, pero nakitaan siya dito ng pick. Warrior nila si Demon, crushing blow plus the Cyclone already used. Makakancel yung Lion ng Soul Unbound plus the Fate Unsealed. Easiest kill of the life of Demon as he's now on the board.
Yan, finally, a kill going on towards the side ng ating Wukong. And again, I Miss You right now. Mallory just pretty much trying to secure this top side, but a lot of rotations already coming in from them. I think they're trying to collapse on towards this top side. No? Si Xiao Bajao yung isang nagtitira dito.
Pero tinan mo naman pre, apat yung pwedeng mag-converge kay Xiao Bajao. All they could hope for is kung tatama nga ba talaga yung lahat ng kailangan tumama para ma-lockdown siya sa tower at kung sino yung makakuha ng aggro. But no one is testing and no one is threatening Xiao Bajao's sustainability despite having no resistance items other than the steel caps no? Pero for me as a connoisseur, I'd like to call that the Ninja Tabis pre.
Uy, grabe, Ninja Tabis yung dati, no? Grabe talaga. Throwback yun, boy. Ayan na, I Miss You, Ninja Tabi.
Yun, shoutout sa I Miss You na naman, pre. Nabanggit mo na naman yung team name nila. Kasi pwede mo talagang banggitin kahit saan, no? Kasi ako talaga, pre, that will always be Ninja Tabis for me. Kahit anong mangyari nga talaga. Leandri's Anguish, Leandri's Torment pa rin sa akin yun, pre. Ay, nako nga naman. It's just me being the old head I am, but I just cannot accept the facts na kung ano yung kinalakihan ko, it's being changed once in a while. But it's the one things that we like to see, yung changes na magaganda.
Yun.
Like yung mga, tulad ng ganito, yung Spirit Blossom na Summoner's Rift. Ganda niya no?
Of course. And again, coming into this game, kung mag-zoom out lang tayo, no? If you just look at the minimap right now, kung saan yung mga towers na kiniklear ng ating mga teams, if you look at I Miss You, the entire side lane has been wiped clean. Parang semi-upaw na yung kanilang side lanes. Meanwhile, for Amigos Esports, it's actually that middle lane that has already lost 2 towers. Tapos isa lang yung sa bottom side. And I'm not entirely sure kasi mostly, yung alam natin, when we pretty much clear up that middle lane, ayan na na-open up mo na yung map sa ating jungle side for Amigos Esports, which was very, very good for Luke Justin. I think that's why yung priority nila ito so that Luke Justin can pretty much roam freely around this blue side jungle, even more so than he already did.
But Demon is getting experience kasi nga ang laking bagay na may Cyclone siya para may isang ma-lockdown no? So Amigos Esports is not utilizing the camps no more. Kunin nyo na nga lahat no? But the team fights will be ours. Amigos Esports, look at the objective proactiveness, putting themselves in the position of atakan. Padadalan nga nila dito yung eulogy of the Isle sa may mid para saluhin yung wave na to. So kahit kunin nga nila dito yung top tower, they're putting themselves in an investment no? Natatagal kami sa laban na to.
Oo, grabe yung mind games dito. Nakikita naman ata ng Amigos Esports that a lot of people from I Miss You were converging on towards that middle side. Iniisip nila, ita-trade ba natin yung inhibitor? But here comes Mallory.
Mallory na huli. It's crocodile hunting season para sa Amigos Esports. Napakasarap ng hapunan ng Amigos.
Yan, that is gonna be a pick off unfortunately for them. Mallory, his third death of the game, no? Again, another capitalistic position that Amigos Esports were able to use and utilize once they found that Croc alone on the bottom side. So I Miss You have to stop making these kinds of mistakes. Kasi makikita naman natin sa network, Amigos Esports slowly building up a gap.
Yeah, Mallory just wants to move forward no? Saluhin yung lane. Pero dahil nga hindi nag-commit masyadong Amigos dun sa mga lanes, kahit napatay na yung Atakay, nandun pa rin talaga sila. Bound to get the kill. The confidence is now right there. Linoj probably prioritizing the between worlds dito maya para ma-activate na nga at uunahin nga nila dito si Naka and here comes Cosmic Radiance na masasalo ng tatlong players and Linoj just explodes the life of Knuckles. Sidestone gets the jungler and Mallory now running away. Yuri fighting for his life and he can do absolutely nothing. Amigos Esports strikes where it hurts the most.
Oo, medyo nag-o-audition dun yung I Miss You. And Amigos Esports, very, very strong capitalization. Kasi alam naman nila na mayroong TP to si Mallory It could still definitely become a 5v5 kahit na napitas nila dun sa bottom lane. However, because they engaged very early, nagtitipi pa lang si Mallory, medyo the rest of I Miss You were already dying as soon as he arrived.
Yeah, it was very tough, no, for I Miss You to be in a position na pwede namin i-contest, pero kailangan sabay-sabay tayo. Sobrang front ni Knuckles, no? Baliktad, flash dazzle, Wako is stunned, the Arcathian Rain is doing so much, and what a 2-hex fold here by Leno, just deleting the life of Wako.
Perfect CC chain coming from Amigos Esports as the bottom side as well. Mallory trying to hold it off against Xiao Bajao. Nag-iisa lang siya dito.
Xiao Bajao, takbo ka na. Gagamitin yung flash bilang panakas. Luke Justin still finding the javelin toss. Pero overextended ka na. Napakasakit ng abilities ni Linoj. Onting respeto naman. I miss you. And now the Nidalee bouncing away for his escape.
2 items na yung completed ng ating mga ADC dito, no. Although Kaisa was able to burst up with those kills na nakakuha niya, yung Lucian din naman, yung CS 30 diff CS na he has on lead. So yan na, we also has the IE and the Essence River. Both very important coming into this late game, especially na nasa 23-minute mark na po tayo, ladies and gentlemen.
Onting paniniwala lang kay Wako, pag nakapag-Navori quick blades na yan, pre, ayan na, pre,
Yun.
pwede nang mabuhay ulit dito si Wako, makakapag League of Legends na siya ng maayos kasi pwede na nga siya mag-front kahit papano, no, and he can really do some damage plus some movement, no? Kasi you would really want to cycle Relentless Pursuit aka Tadash much more kumpara dito kay Wamsi kasi pwede kang mag-reposition ng maraming beses, marami kang madadodge, and that's I miss you sa yun yung kailangan na nila dito. Yuri, impis na tumakas na laban na nga lang ako kung buhay naman ang kapalit. Mortal Steel already activated and Yuri needs to run pero wala na siyang matakbo ang lupa pa, and that's a dead Yone on the hand of Amigos.
That's 40 seconds on respawn. We'll see what Amigos Esports are gonna be able to do to capitalize on this moment. But again, no, si Yuri, pati siya, nakita niya na medyo mahirap na ata tong posisyon ko. I think they're gonna collapse on me. At ayan na, he just decided to go down with a fight.
And I miss you. Y'all really need one big team fight, no? Yung kailangan ma-pick off talaga si Amigos sa anyone here from Lenoj or even si Xiao Bajao. Yung alam mo talaga nga, magiging malaking bagay kung sino makakuha nung bounty na yun, no? Pero Luke Justin, oras na para dito, para mang-aso dito si Luke Justin, pero hindi siya makakahanap dito ng ano bang uri si Aurora? Isa pa siyang isa pa siyang dwarf?
Ay, ewan, parang
di ko alam.
Hindi naman ata.
Di ba ano siya? Di ba siya bunny? Di ba siya kuneho? Lenoj? Let us know in the comments kung ano pong uri dito si Lenoj kasi hindi ko po alam kung kung ano pong uri ng tao si Aurora, pero maraming salamat po sa mga katulong.
Ano siya, men? Mage siya, men.
Mage.
Wala lang iba-iba.
Okay, mage lang siya.
Basta mage yun.
Salamat, Martin.
Mage siya.
Binalik mo ulit ako sa lupa. Kasi ako, napaisip ako ng matagal. Hindi ako makamove on. Ano ba talaga si Aurora? Pero
mage na lang siya.
Focus tayo sa laban dito, no? Si Yuri tumatakbo, pero si Lenoj ang bilis din kung gumapang. Si Luke Justin, no? Nasa death bush pa pwede niyang mahuli dito yung Aurora. Pero pagpwesto niya dito sa may BR. Wako, hinahabol na nga yung buhay dito ni Xiao Bajao. Pero eto nga naman talaga, Yorick doing Yorick things. Distract lang sa may side lane habang yung ibang kakampi, focus kami sa goal.
Oo, at ayan na po, Amigos Esports. Kung makikita mo yung Executioner's Calling na binibuild ni Wukong dito, no? Just try and get that extra anti-heal onto MSU.
Oh, look at Luke Justin's life gets bursted down as Luke Justin is now out of the fight. That's no smite. So that's 100-0 of the Baron of Amigos. Meanwhile, a shutdown claimed by Yuri as he gets the bounty of Xiao Bajao.
Ayan na po, and Wako trying to hold it down the middle lane, but Amigos Esports aren't relenting their pursuit, no? Ayan na, di ba? Yung wordplay na iganap natin dito. But it is gonna be a little bit of a jump, and again, because the Baron is in the hands of Amigos Esports, they can definitely put so much pressure now on all of these lanes.
Pero tinan mo, pre, no? Hindi na nagbunga yung pag-i-invade ni Luke Justin. Now, all into vain because Demon now has the high ground. Every engage of Demon is a guaranteed kill because every side laner, every damage dealer is a reliable source of damage as well. One Cyclone is already a dead I Miss You member. Here comes another 1v1 by Yuri and Lenoj as they seek to fight another day. But this will be a disengage on the top side as I Miss You positions to find something new off the map. But Amigos Esports, they're eyeing for this dragon, and this is just going to be Infernal Soul claimed. Wait, no, it's just Soul Point, I believe. No, wait, talaga, sure na ako.
Soul na
Soul na nga.
Apat
Medyo matagal nag-refresh yung counter no? Pero tama na nga yung pag-refresh ko ng memory. Look at the flash out of the dazzle as I Miss You is taking precautionary measures.
O ayan na, nagsasama-samang recall na dito yung I Miss You. They know that their bottom lane's in trouble here. Teleport na lang ginamit ng Mallory to make it a little bit quicker. Can they hold it off against this push?
Look at the damage from the Demolish and as well as the last rights. And here comes the fight from Amigos Esports as they open up the bottom side. Yuri going over Zelda's on the engage between worlds, doing so much damage on the lives of 3 members of I Miss You. One more down here for the life of I Miss You and a double kill secured by Lenoj. And that is it. Buenos dias, I Miss You. As you not see another day, triple to end it off. Vamos! Para sa Amigos, they get the first game.
Ayan na, what an amazing play coming in from them. Sayang na sayang talaga yung mga invade and pretty much the gain that Luke Justin was able to claim for his team. No, nakikita din naman natin, but after mistake, ayan na, yung Amigos Esports were able to capitalize, going through the instant end right after, still holding on to that Baron buff.
And everyone was just wet paper. The moment na talagang pumwesto doon si Lenoj, no? Isang 2 hex fold lang, tapos bang! May mga namamatay na kagad. And that's the Aurora damage. Nakakala natin kanina ma-outscale siya ng Yone kasi malakas mag-position sa lane. Ang aggressive talaga ni Yuri, no? Pero Amigos, sila yung may last laugh dito. They just really had the better team fight. And feeling ko pre, yung Dragon fight na yung nag-ignite sa passion nila para talagang istobol na yung laban and ultimately tapusin na.
Kasi yung kulang kasi ng I Miss You yung nakikita ko is if they only had that Renekton, be a little bit more tankier, magpa-frontline more, then the Yone could have been able to do a lot more. Kasi nga nakikita natin, yung last bottom lane defense, nag-TP na si Renekton, diba? Siya yung nauuna doon. Kaso, nababurst siya kaagad at si Lenoj lang doon. Wala pang no crazy abilities pa yan, di pa ginamit yung Between Worlds. At ayan na, half HP na kaagad yung tank nyo, yung frontline nyo.
A good performance here by Lenoj, knowing na isa rin pala siya sa mga magiging threat sa laban na to. No, golf club para sa'yo kasi ginulat mo kami. Tahimik ka sa umpisa pero grabe ka kung humiyaw sa mid to late game, pre. And I really can't wait to see the damage charts kasi pre, lahat nakikita natin na nawawala at nawawala na parang bula from I Miss You, pre, no? Kasi parang ano ba nangyayari sa mga buhay ng I Miss You? Makikita nga natin mamaya kung paano nga talaga tinangke ni Lenoj lahat ng bawas nga naman, no? Pero ito na nga ating KDA, no? The game stats in general, no, for this best of 1 map between Amigos and I Miss You. Lahat no? Highlight kay Amigos, pre.
Of course, nakikita din naman natin kahit sa simula pa lang itong Amigos Esports, very objective-centered yung gameplay nila. Kahit na naman patalo yung mga kahit patalo na naman yung mga lanes nila, patalo yung jungle nila, hinayaan na lang nila. They know that Cyclone is very important later on regardless of how Demon is going to be able to perform. So nagsecure na sila ng Drakes at ayan na, right after the Infernal Soul tsaka yung Baron, panalo na sila kaagad.
Yeah, pre, parang I feel like the second Dragon really put Amigos on the driver's seat, eh. Nakakita pa tayo ng onting plays ng I Miss You via the Luke Justin invades and the Yuri solo kills, pero parang wala nang masyadong impact after that kasi nga Amigo Esports just had the high ground for every fight. The moment na may pa-front, especially from Demon na pwedeng mag-cyclone one, you just put in the killer instinct, it's just nada para sa I Miss You, eh. Pero ito pre, 10-0 and 8 for Lenoj. 32,000 combined damage. Pag pinaghalo mo si Wako, si Knuckles, pati si Yuri, parang may sukli pa si Lenoj dito, no? And that is insane performance from Amigos in general. Lahat sila, pre.
Oo nga, and to try and understand it, no, kahit 8k lang yung damage ni Wako doon, I think it's just because of the pressure na binigay ni Lenoj dito on this Aurora, di ba? Di ka makapasok doon, eh, di ka makapeel ng frontline nila because, ayan, you never know when an Aurora is going to jump into your face between worlds, isang combo ka lang, wala ka na kaagad.
Man, everyone just got converted into a Xiao Bajau fan. And tayong dalawa, pre, Lenoj yung binubuhat nating bangko. But definitely, no, Xiao Bajau really needs to give some praise from that. Pero ang ating MVP ng kabuuang laban na to is none other than Aurora herself, Lenoj, that really had a blast-out performance, bursting out everybody and making the Summoner's Rift an easy day in the office for him.
Oo nga, tas yung feat of warfare niya pa really able to capitalize on the snowball from that single item, slowly building up and slowly outscaling everyone else in the game. At ayan na yung damage na ginawa niya. And of course, the vast majority of KDA, hindi siya nahulog kahit isa pa, wasn't able to die at all in the hands of I Miss You.
Pero tinan mo, pre, yung confidence din, yung kumpiyansa ni Lenoj talagang abot langit dito. No, Medjais, hindi na kailangan ng Rabadons. Hindi siya namatay, so for sure, benching ko yung laman yan, pre. At alam mo naman, pre, pag umabot ng 25 yan, alam mo talagang may mga sasabog. And everyone really did explode. Lenoj, one of the most generational performances here for Liga Republika. At alam mo, pre, hindi pa tapos ang araw ng Amigos. Back-to-back games sila, pre, ha?
Talaga ba? And of course, yep, they might be going up against Ion Global Academy actually for our match 2. A very important team as well who very much performed so well coming into the group stages. If I'm not mistaken, parang wala pa ang talo ata yung Ion Global Academy, but with the dominant performance and the momentum of Amigos Esports that they have right now, the question is, can they keep it up or will Ion Global Academy be able to put them at their breaks?
Well, at least Amigos Esports does have the momentum. They have this really good tune-up game. Ion Global does really have that aura on them na kahit hindi pa sila nag-perform, kinakatakutan na nga sila ng mga ibang teams dito, no? So might as well put Ion on a very good spot na kahit hindi pa sila nagsisimula, already a lot of heads are being turned towards their direction. But Amigos Esports, they like to play this game wherein, okay, just give us the ball and let us play on the court, pre. Because Amigos Esports already putting a big target on their back.
Na si Lenoj pa rin yung naggagawa ng damage doon in that team fight that pretty much shaped how the rest of this game was going on. And again, we have to point out, no, it's because the fact that Amigos Esports lanes were already winning, that they had a lot of potential on towards the bottom side, lalo-lalo na yung Dragon side natin. Pretty much yung middle lane tsaka yung bottom lane ng Amigos Esports was already doing well. Nakakapatay pa sila on towards their own lanes kahit na wala namang visits from the jungle, and that pretty much solidified how AES wanted to play this game.
Oh my god, pre. Look at that, the weirding, no? Lenoj. And as well as yung kumpulan ng tatlong players para matamaan sila lahat ng Between Worlds. MVP indeed. Most valuable nga naman talaga, living up to its abbreviation, is Lenoj. This man can play a mean Aurora. So Ion Global, you might be taking notes right now and you might consider putting that banning Aurora on your match up against Amigos Esports. They really went vamos on that one, no? And inariba nga talaga nila yung laban na yun kasi purong diretso lang ang nakikita natin mula sa kanila.
Of course, and ladies and gentlemen, syempre, that is the kind of gameplay that we can expect here at Liga Republika. But ayan, maghahanta lang kayo muna because we are going to be jumping right into Game 2 in just a very short break, no? Umiinom lang kami ng tubig. Siguro, bawasan namin yung pawis namin. But of course, again, ladies and gentlemen, we will be seeing you right after a short break.
Tell me, babe, you wanna leave this town? I'm saying, love her if you wanna go, I'm down. 'Cause darling, we were made for bigger things. This place keeps killing our dreams. Let's go, love. I'm saying, ain't you tired of waiting? We can leave this whole place behind, yeah. Let's go, love. I'm saying, ain't you tired of waiting? We can leave this whole place behind. Tell me, babe, you wanna leave this town? I'm saying, love her if you wanna go, I'm down. 'Cause darling, we were made for bigger things. This place keeps killing our dreams. Let's go, love. I'm saying, ain't you tired of waiting? We can leave this whole place behind, yeah. Let's go, love. I'm saying, ain't you tired of waiting? We can leave this whole place behind.
Patuloy ang paglikha ng Alamat dito sa Liga Republika. We're now on our second best of one. It is going to be hard hitting, Martin. Ion Global versus Amigos Esports, fresh off a win on the game number 1, no? And this is gonna feel like one fight that we will all remember all throughout the day.
Oo nga. And of course, coming into this game, Amigos Esports already has 1 win under their belts. Ang tulad ng kahapon, no, si Aya galing din ng panalo yon in that first game. And coming into the second game could possibly also just carry that momentum. But it is now up to Ion Global Academy to stop that and make sure that they also gain a win coming into this bracket.
Yeah, this is still a solid roster, no, from Ion Global, na feeling ko nga naman, no, lahat kayo mapapaisip ko who are these people, but I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar, no, the moment that you squint your eyes, no, on who are these players, no. So we have Hiccup, Only Forgotten, Rael, Rage, and kaya ang Amigos Esports, kilala natin yan. Mga nagpakitang gilas, nagpasikat at umawara na yan mga yan. Especially yun, Lenotcha, tinuturuan namin dalawa ni Martin. So baka pwede naman ulit, isa pa, bigyan mo pa kami ng isa pang malupit na laban. And same goes, no? A statement being called out here as well here for Ion Global Academy. Baka gusto nyo rin ng sabayan dito ang current na binabato ng Amigos.
That's right, and it is gonna be up to Ion Global Academy to try and make that a possibility na manalo pa rin sila, try and stop the aggression as well as the momentum na meron na dito yung Amigos Esports. And of course, it is gonna be very, very important that we talk a little bit about what they have gone through nung qualifiers, no? At ayan na, sila yung nag 3-0 sa qualifiers natin. Ion Global Academy, what a better, is there any better match ba for Amigos Esports than them?
Oh, pre, parang they're now fighting up against the quote-unquote standard, no? Kasi although dropping 1 game during the qualifiers, itong Ion Global walang tagtos. Wala talagang loss record sila dito, no? And even beating the likes of Collegiate all the way to Pro no? REL, Fenrir, as well as Sleeping Dogs. Maganda ring testing grounds yan, no? Kung maganda nga ba talaga ang academy team ni Ion Global, no? Pero, yeah, that's all we need to know about Ion Global heading into this matchup, that they are also a feared team next to WP Academy and as well as EA, na feeling ko nga naman, no, lahat mapapasabi, tournament favorite ko yan.
Uy, grabe naman talaga. And of course, Amigos Esports, we can't leave out yung gameplay na pinakpakita nila sa atin, which is pretty much throughout the entire game, you see a lot of solo talent, diba? Nakita mo naman, coming into the vast majority of the laning as well, medyo panalo din naman yung mga lanes nila. Kahit na nahirapan yung si Demon sa jungle side just because of Luke Justin. An amazing performance still from him, by the way. Just being able to carry on what they were able to gain an advantage in the game is something that you can count on Amigos Esports to do.
Yeah, look, Justin was doing 2018 LeBron James things during the Summoners Rift game, no, na doing all of the things, no, whether it be the flexibility of the map, roaming, trying to get the pick off, setting up the lane sustainability para makakuha ng tulong dun sa mga kakampi niya. It's all in the nature of the jungler, no. But also, Iron Global also has an emphasis on their jungler and as well as their mid laner na nakita din natin from Amigos, no, na although Demo did not show up in the early game, maganda naman yung naging engages siya from the Dragon fights, but also Lenoj fighting up against Forgotten, no? Baka pwede nga natin na makakita ng mga laban na grabe, mapapapikit ka. Pero kailangan nakadilat ka pa rin kasi kailangan mo rin tumuho din sa laban na to. Dapat hindi ka lang nakapikit ng tuluyan. Parang, ay grabe, ayoko lang ganun. Tapos didilat ka ng konti.
Tama ka dyan, paring Salver. Of course, could not have said it better myself, no? But you can already see the respect that Ion Global Academy is affording Amigos Esports, no? Ayan, binanan nila yung Tarik.
Yun nga pre, no? Parang grabe nga naman talaga kasi yung engages. And as well as the Aurora, Sightstone and Lenoj, binigyan na kagad kayo dito ng mensahe. Ayaw namin dyan. So it's now time to test kung may flexibility ba si Amigos. So now you could possibly ban a formidable top lane, probably an Irelia or even an Aatrox, or even an Ornn actually. Maraming options dito. Pero feeling ko pre, Amigos, they like to go mobile, kaya tatanggalin nila yung Unraveled Earth dito ng Talia.
Of course, and nakita rin naman natin na from one of our stream games actually na Ion Global Academy, malakas din yung Talia ni Rocket na pinapakita niya doon. Just being able to lock out using that ultimate ability, no? Parang hinati niya yung team fight in a way na advantageous para sa team niya.
Tignan mo pre, no? 3 champions na nakita natin mula sa Amigo Esports draft kanina, tinanggal ng Ion
Wala.
Kung yun talaga ang mission, past respect plus para dito sa Ion, no? And another ban targeted towards Rocket, no? 2 of the champions na feeling ko nga naman talaga magiging impactful for Ion snowballing. So now, ball on the court para dito kay Ion Global kung sino nga ang pipiliin nila sa una, no? Probably the safest pick is either the jungler or even the AD carry, Sinsha or even a Kai'Sa para mapili na nga for Ion.
Oo nga, pero madalas nakikita natin, and it just might be a Sejuani locked in, and it will. As ayan na po yung pick ni Hiccup only possibly on towards this jungle side. Maaari din man i-flex nila sa top, but pretty much the game is open. I think that's what they want to secure for the jungle din.
Pero for me, ang pinaka pwedeng gawin dito ng Amigos is probably pick Kindred or even an Armor Shred. Like Vi, yun nga yung ginawa nila dito, no? Vi is now used. So we now have 2 junglers that are gank-centric, no? Pero may presensya pa rin in the early game.
Yan, and that is gonna be very, very important. Especially yung nakita natin yung proactive jungling kanina, no? Kahit na yung napanalo yung Amigos Esports doon, bandang late game, they pretty much had a very, very dominant win. But in the early game, Luke Justin gave them a very, very big problem coming into how they were trying to reposition themselves as the game just started.
Yeah, so presence on the crowd control now for Amigos Esports. So kailangan to tapatan ngayon ng Ion. You have cease and desist and already summoned Tibbers. Ion, if this is a sign to pick Silas, now is the time actually to go aggressive in the draft. At least man lang pick a support that could really disrupt a fight, probably Braum, para kahit may Silas, pwede siya pa rin maging safe pick, no? So Kai'Sa will now be picked here by Ion as predicted because of the Varus ban. Pero para nga talaga mas papabuti pa ng chances ng Ion yung early game nga nila dito. You already have Sejuani, might as well give the Braum.
Oo nga. Also, as you mentioned, Iron Global Academy, definitely Silas was an available pick for them, but it seems as though yung Azir lang yung kukunin nila. And again, I think that's pretty much a safer option. When you go Silas kasi, di mo alam, usually, that's why we see Silas as picked up on towards the late end game, diba? Kasi binibilang nila yung crowd control na meron yung kalaban. Because when a Silas does get locked up, parang mahirap na ata ilaro yung buong game na yun, kahit na pa late game.
Yan natin, teka lang parang may ibang curveball dito na babatuhin si Wamzi. Parang Zeri, now back in the game. Kay tagal nating hindi nakita yan, pero sino bang na-excite pag may nakikita ang Zeri? Siguro bilang lang sa daliri kung sino, no? Pero way back in the day, ayaw namin dyan. Basta may Lulu Zeri, iwas talaga sa draft yan. But now, Amigos Esports being able to read the room with the Braum ban kasi ang ganda nga talaga ng combination nito with the Sejuani. Yorick now banned as well here for Ion. So probably another top laner could be targeted here by Ion. And aggressive supports. Yun ang atake dito ng Amigos.
Oo nga, ayan na. 2 support-centric bans para sa second phase ng bans for Amigos Esports. Meanwhile, Ion din naman, medyo top-centric yung mga bans nila. Yung Yorick tsaka yung Gwen, tinapon na nila kaagad. So, there's very, very clearly targeted bans here from both sides of the team, but on different lanes.
Yun nga. So, a lot of caution being thrown out in the wind para sa Amigos and Ion. No? Iniingatan talaga nila yung kalagayan nila, knowing na no one should really get a good amount of advantage even during the draft. So ngayon, Lenoj, kanina, nagpasabog ka ng buhay, parang yun ata ang pakay mo ulit. LeBlanc picked here up against Azir. At least pre, wala man lang early damage yung Azir, pero scaling wise, masakit to Pero ang pwedeng gawin dito, Linododge, is talagang snowball na lang nila via the roaming.
Oo nga, and that could be something that probably is throwing Ion Global Academy off guard dito. Di nila definitely inaasahan to. It's a little bit uncommon, especially seeing the gameplay na pinapakita ng Amigos Esports kanina, which is pretty much textbook, no? Yung gameplay nila, nothing uncommon, just doing all the small things the right way, and that's pretty much how they achieved their win. But ayan na, in the hands of Lenoj, tong LeBlanc na to could definitely become and pose a problem for Ion Global Academy.
Yeah, it will indeed pose a problem no? Kasi a lot of the sustainability now by Ion is relying on their frontliners. Wala pa silang healing masyado. May nagfo-front nga pero hindi ko lang sure kung kaya nga ba tong patagalin ng Amigos no? Kasi they already have an Annie as a support. Parang yun ata yung mangyayari dito dahil nga LeBlanc yung pinili. Pero pre, ang pwedeng gawin dito ng Amigos, something really funny, si Sightstone pala gagamit ng LeBlanc.
Uy, talaga ba?
Possible,
It could
pre,
possible. Oo, I mean, pretty much, no? Yung sustain din naman and pretty much the lockdown abilities na meron yung LeBlanc could be a possible way that Amigos Esports decide to play this. Pero ayan, the question beckons, no? Kung ano ba yung itsura ng bottom lane nila pag ganun yung gagawin nila, depending on what support Ion decides to lock in. And maybe that's why yung Nautilus tsaka yung Braum na baba, no? So, maaari talaga, no?
Yeah, it is indeed possible, no? Parang mas nagmukha pa tuloy flexible yung Amigos Esports kaysa sa Ion, no? Kasi kanina, iniisip natin kung pwede pang itap tong Sejuani na to. Para talaga if ever man maging Renekton or matchup, kahit pa paano, pre, may laban yung top. Hindi na tayo pipili ng iba pa at ifo-focus na lang natin paano natin pahihirapan yung LeBlanc or even yung Vi. So, Poppy pick pwede natin gawin sa jungle at lituhin yung kalaban. So, Ion Global, nasa sa inyo na kung pwede kayo mag-Poppy dito kasi meron na kayong dalawang magandang range champions
Oo nga, at ayan na po, Ion Global Academy definitely taking their time to try and think about this a little bit more, no? Medyo na-throw off nga talaga sila ng tong LeBlanc pick coming in from Amigos Esports. And it pretty much begs the question, ano ba maaari nilang gagawin? And like you said, yep, the Poppy could also throw Amigos Esports off, lalong-lalo na that it could definitely, especially the steadfast presence, no? Pwede niyang i-cancel yung mga dash in and jump ins na meron tong LeBlanc na to.
So yun nga, no? Magkakaroon muna tayo ng onting delay during the draft pick no? Pero rest assured guys, babalik din tayo sa ating regular programming as later on we will now see the draft commence in a while. Apologies, no? Pero maya't maya aayusin na nga namin to para sa inyong viewing pleasures para tuloy ang laban dito sa Liga Republika. So stick around because we are not going anywhere, Martin.
Oo nga. And that is gonna be something that's very, very important coming to this game. Nakikita naman natin parang nag-chess na lang yung mga teams sa ngayon. Draft pa lang, may mind games nang pinapakita sila. Especially with the flex picks that they were already locking into early on. Una yung Ion Global Academy. Saan ba tong Sejuani namin? Hindi nyo alam, di ba? At ayan na, the bounce back from Amigos Esports with that LeBlanc pick.
Akala ata nila home run na yung Sejuani kasi kung top or jungle. Pero itong LeBlanc na to, hinover, may Ani na. So mapapaisip ko tuloy, saan na to ngayon? Kung imimid ba nila, Ani support, Ani mid, LeBlanc jungle. Alam mo pre, hindi ko na alam. Pati ako na naguguluhan na rin kasi nga talaga yung mind games dito, napaka-solid nga naman, may witchering nagaganap. At tinan mo naman pre, kailangan paghiwalayin tong dalawan to at kailangan nila ulit mag-redraft.
Oo nga, but of course, what's very, very important coming into this game, no, is eventually, nung pumasok na tayo sa Summoner's Rift, it is still going to be the macro and the micro plays available to both these teams. Kasi, nung makikita naman natin, medyo solidified na din yung team fights on both ends. Nakikita natin, the Emperor's Divide, something very, very important. And Agauther, if I'm not mistaken, sa game namin kahapon, Azir, very, very strong pick coming in from him. Di lang sustainable damage na consistent, no? Pero pati yung Emperor's Divide, pwede mong gamitin pang burst yun. Yung build niya na dati, yung Void Staff, tsaka yung Rabadon's kaagad. And that's a lot of damage, especially to your core members.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be on the hands of who gets the item first. That's really, really good sign to see, pag yung scaling dito maganda. Especially from Luke Justin, nakita mo talaga na hindi siya naging defensive pa. Alam niya, kaya niya nga buhatin yung laro from Liandris. Hindi na kaagad Zonias or even Lichbane, Rekta Rabadon's Cup nga naman talaga, So that's the full-on confidence na pwede nga nating makita from these players alone. Especially in the mid lane na nakita na nga natin kung gaano nga siya nagiging deadly, Whether it would be from Annie or the LeBlanc or even kung ano yung pipiliin talaga ng Iron Global. But ladies and gentlemen, summoners viewing the broadcast right now, kailangan namin magtawag ng short break as we're now taking precautionary measures para sa aming technical difficulties. Rest assured, pagkabalik namin, diretso pa rin tayo sa laro sa Liga Republika. Ako nga pala si Salvador, siya nga pala si Dumpster Fire. Babalik kami after this short break.
Yes, sir.
I said, yeah, I could tell. She's been trying to fight for life by herself. She's been trying to make a home for everyone else. She's been trying to be patient, trying to be kind, but all of this illusion is fogging her mind. Then I felt the earth shift beneath my feet, and I felt the warmth of the moonbeam. For the first time I felt okay in my skin, 'cause I finally found a place where I fit in.
won't stop, won't quit no matter the cost. We keep keeping on. We're the dreamers. We push through the darkness with all that we've got. We keep keeping on. But on my map, we've made it to the other side, singing, oh mama, oh mama. Hold your head up high, this is our time. Hold your head up high, this is our time. Together we will rise, step into the light. We were born to come alive. Hold your head up high, this is our time. This is our time.
Welcome back,
And
Summoners! Ay, sorry. Sabi pala dapat tayo, pre. Sorry,
Okay na. Basta excited lang ako na we are back. And thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for waiting. No? Medyo nagkaroon lang tayong technical difficulties, but of course, instantly fixed by our product. Ayan na, we're right back into the draft. And sad to say, paring Salve, no? Yung LeBlanc na pick na yun, wala pala. No? Nasa imagination natin yun. Na Mandela effect lang tayo, pre. Wala talaga yun.
Ako, pre.
Anong LeBlanc? Nakikita ko yung LeBlanc? Ako wala eh.
Mukha namang LeBlanc eh, no? Pag nilagyan mo lang ng konting labada lang talaga, lagyan mo lang ng detergent para pumuti. Ayun na, pre, LeBlanc pa yan. Pero hindi, pre, tama na ang panggagaslight sa sarili. Tayo lang pala yun ng mind games. Diyan na pala dapat ang pipiliin ng Amigos, no? Apology sa lahat ng umasa, no? At kami dalawa din ni Dumpster Fire, napapasabi na lang na what the heat. Pero ito din, Ayon, now picking the Nico as the support. I think so, though. Pero now Forgotten will now be hovering on the Renekton para dito kay Rage. Tapos na ang draft ng Ayon, no? Looking like a pretty solid comp na usual nating nakikita.
Iyan, and that is pretty much it for Ion Global Academy. I think yan na yung 5 heroes nila. And Amigos Esports, very quick to respond with this trundle pick of their own. And then the stare off begins. Sa tingin mo ba, Salve, sino ba yung may early game potential coming into this game? Yung mga level 2, level 3 skirmishes.
Mas okay sa akin actually, no, yung kay Amigos, just because the trundle could really chip out a lot of disengages, and as well as displacements. Kumbaga, ang laking factor din na meron siyang frozen domain tsaka pillar of ice, kasi kahit sino dito no, medyo mahihirapan dun sa pag-escape nga nila, no. So medyo kailangan mag-ingat-ingat ni Ayon sa mga river pushes na pwedeng gawin ng Amigos. You essentially have the Void that could really armor shred, an Annie that could burst out, no, kahit hindi nga muna sila Wamsi tsaka si Sidestone na. Dyan lang muna sila sa bot. Gagawin naming pulo yung top lane no? Kasi feeling ko dun ata manggagaling lahat ng picks.
Oo nga, and very important coming in from Ayon, no? Ang lakas talaga ng top side nila dito. Yung Sejuani, at saka yung Renekton, no? Yung combo na yun, just being able to insta-pop on the Sedge passive with the Renek W.
Yeah, it is going to be indeed a derby, no, for these two teams. Talagang paluan kung paluan nga naman talaga kung sino makakuha ng kalamangan in the early game. I feel like pre dun talaga magsa-stern lahat. You know like how well the mid laners scale, and not just that, but especially the ADCs. Zeri and Kaisa, when it comes to snowballing, pre, nandyan sila sa usapang yan at hindi dapat sila na pag-iiwanan. So, yeah, a lot of quietness actually from the bottom side, pero feeling ko nga naman, no, it's gonna be based on the objectives on this game. We all saw how Amigos played. Inantay lang talaga nila yung team fighting on the Dragon Spawns bago talaga natin nakita yung potential nila. Probably Ayon will be shaping that idea din eh.
Definitely. And sasabi mo nga, a little bit of a quiet bottom side of the map na makikita natin sa larong to. But my eyes are definitely set on towards this top side, no? Kasi nakikita, naintindihan ko na yung Amigos Esports kumukuha sila ng Trundle to try and maybe answer yung early game strength na meron tong Renekton, pero magiging favorable pa din yun ng Renekt if kaya niyang i-one-shot yung Trundle natin. But again, these are all gonna go down to how they're gonna be able to play the lane, and if they are going to play it correctly coming into this game.
hopefully nga no, nasa 100% success rate yung lahat ng plays na naiisip ng Amigos, pati na nga rin ng Ion no? Because it is going to deliver us good League of Legends. Yun naman talaga ang gusto natin makita. Dumpster Fire, the players at their 100 kahit group stage pa nga lang, eyeing for that playoff spot. And yeah, we all know na ito na nga yung pagkakataon na yun na maging tune-up game yung ating group stage because it was already canvassing our impressions. What is this team capable of when they are able to qualify at the playoffs?
Absolutely. And I really want to see Amigos Esports try and prove themselves, no? And this is definitely the game to do it. Lalong-lalo na nang ginawa nung Ion Global Academy, their first 3 bans were literally from the previous game. Pati si Dimo na nahihirapan pa nga yun kay Luke Justin, binan nila pa rin yung cyclone na meron sa kanya from that Wukong. And it all goes down to how Amigos Esports is gonna be able to prove themselves, no? But of course, if you are a pro League of Legends player, these are some things that are to be expected. Di kayo pwede matatalo nang dahil lang naban yung mga champions nyo, di ba?
Pero ito na pre, baka naman hindi na may invade si Demon.
Ayan.
No? Kasi nga, ito yung dalawang champions na feeling ko pang full clear or even pang level 3 gank lang pero hindi pang level 2 invade. So naintindihan ko si Luke Justin na nidali, okay, level 2, kaya ko nga naman to, no? Pero Demon, pass ka na. Binabouch ko na. Tatagal ka na sa jungle. Magiging 24 na yung creep score mo pagsapit talaga ng oras. No? So, yun. Other than the jungle matchup, no, Martin, feeling ko rin yung mid lane will also be a lot of action. Knowing na these two champions really need to bring out the poke. So,
tama.
Yeah, mid lane could really be a stepping stone for the junglers to gank. What do you think?
Pretty much not very uncommon na nakita natin yung mid lane matchup between Ani as well as an Azir, no? But I think it all goes down to whether or not magpapahuli tong Azir na to. And I think that's something that's going to be very very hard for this Ani, lalong na nakikita natin, for example, kumuha na naman tayo ng Diana, di ba? And that is gonna be something that is pretty much stopping the aggression coming in from Azir, Renek, tsaka yung Sejuani, di ba? And that's something very, very important. Not to mention that, actually, now that I think about it, no, tong Trundle, meron na siyang prime target para sa kanyang subjugate na ultimate, di ba? That's just extra health, armor, and magic resistance. And if you look at the other team, who are you gonna bite? Si Sejuani, wala nang iba.
For sure, pre. You really want that less of damage plus the armor shred na nga rin from the subjugate para everyone happy. Kasi everyone is soft, everyone can deal damage nga naman. Pero with that out of the way, dito na nga muna tayo sa ating community engagement. Ang ating bossing Mr. League of Legends na sa ating comment section ngayon. Shoutout nga pala kay Mr. Giyang Gaming na nanonood natin sa ating broadcast ngayon. Maraming salamat sa kanilang dalawa ni Coach Rekmeister. No? Sila ang bumubuhay ngayon sa ating League of Legends scene na talagang matagal na nating inaasa, Mr. Dumpster Fire, na one beacon, make it 2, dalawa talaga sila na tumutulong no? And alongside other creators that really promotes Liga Republika as a formidable tournament na kailangan nyo nga talaga mapanood. Shoutout nga din pala dyan sa mga tropa natin dyan, no? Especially dito kay Jay Baluno. Huge shoutout to my BFF, sabi niya, no? Shoutout sa may mga best friend dyan.
Uy, wag naman yung mga best friend. Of course, again, just to reiterate, no, very, very nice to see the league community get together, especially for big tournaments like this. Opportunities for our players to showcase anong kaya nilang gagawin sa Summoner's Rift. And I think that's very, very important for our community, which I love the most, diba? Grabe naman yung heartfelt dedication na makikita natin in the passion and in the eyes of our players. Nakakahapon, pre, naglalaro ako ng Aram. Alam mo anong sinabi nung natalo na kami?
Anong sinabi?
Sinabihan kami ng I love you. Uy, ganun lang, men. Grabe, diba? Diba? Parang di ako talo dun eh. Di ako talo dun
Ako nga pre, pag naglalaro din kami ng Aram ng mga kaibigan ko. Alam mo, pag nakaka-first blood kami, ano yung naririnig namin sa mga kakampi namin? Ang sinasabi nila, pre, get well soon. Ay, ang bait naman talaga! Ang bait nila, pre! Kaya shoutout sa mga mahilig maglaro ng Aram dyan, ng TFT. Siguro Summoner's Rift isama na nga rin natin, no? Kasi ang daming moments talaga na capturable, no? Yung dito wala makikita sa League of Legends PH.
Ayan, of course. And, di ba, possibly the most wholesome server, no?
Of course, pre, of course.
Di naman possibly guaranteed na yun, the most wholesome server.
100%. The best, pre. Ang pinaka-hospitable server sa buong Southeast Asia, no?
Oo, malaking welcome na yun kung nakita niyo mga video ni Kauset. But of course, coming into this game, we're super excited. Medyo may mind games pa rin ang gaganap, no? Kahit na hindi naman natin nakita yung LeBlanc na pick, okay pa rin. Again, the Pop Blossom, something that I'm also looking forward to seeing coming into this game. But I'm pretty sure yung mga teams natin, di naman sila nakarating dito at this stage of the tournament, if not for nothing. No? And they are going to be able to show us what they have as we jump right into the game soon, parang Salve.
Eto na nga no, the wait is finally over. Ladies and gentlemen, our second derby of the day. Ang paglikha ng Alamat patutuloy na sa wakas. Ion Global Academy versus Amigos Esports. It's now time to brawl here at the Summoner's Rift. And kita mo, Fredo,
Ayan
dinala ulit
bago
kagad
na.
tayo. Dinala kagad tayo sa may mga dugo ang buhay na kagad, pre. Hindi na kailangan mag-roam around.
Oo, ganun yung ganun na yung bagong League of Legends. Di mo ba napansin yun?
Ay,
Nung
di ko alam.
naglo-loading kayo, pagpasok nyo, nasa mid game, nasa ano na kayo, nasa lanes na kayo, tapos
Bagong
nagsisimula
patch
na.
notes pala si Riot
Oo,
Games. Ganun
oo,
pala
oo.
dapat, Martin.
Oo, ayan na. Pretty much simple clear. Para namang namamatay so far. Di ko alam kung anong nangyayari mga skirmish before we saw, but the way we look at it right now, medyo stabilized lang muna yung mga lanes natin. Nothing unexpected happening. Xiaobao and Rage, of course, definitely going at it in this top lane.
Yeah, everyone was turning their heads, no? Kung sino nga ba yung iidoluhin nila. No? Was it Linoge or even Xiaobao? Kasi this man was doing Yorick things, pero parang ang may occurring theme sa mga champions ni Xiaobao, no? Yorick really known for taking down towers. Trundle really known for taking down towers. Jax as well.
Exactly.
Xiaobao, teka lang, parang I see you, I see you. I know how you pick, I know how you play,
Oo nga, and it is gonna be an extra strong brawler in the form of this Trundle. Nagli-lethal tempo yun medyo ang sakit talaga tingnan mo when he's trying and swinging that club at you, no, at a very rapid pace. Lalo na kung ninakawan na yung Sejuani ng armor tsaka yung magic resist. And across 4 seconds, it only just keeps getting bigger, no? At nakaw yun, ha? It's not as though he's trying to replicate ng yung stats. Ninakawan niya talaga. So Hiccup only will definitely be in trouble here if he gets beaten in a lot of these team fights.
Ayun, di rin tayo pinatagal ng ating technical pause. Back to the ball game na ulit tayo, mga kasummoners dyan, no? So, hindi tayo patatagalin. Dapat kailangan tuloy-tuloy ang action, At buti na nga lang, hindi siya ganun kadali. So, ito nga ang ating runes na pinili ng ating mga magigiting na champions, no? At nakikita mo, Electrocute instead of Comet ang pinili dito ni Linoge, no? And as well as going on the defensive side here for most of the players of Ion Global. Aftershock usually grasp, no? Pero I kinda get the Aftershock para sustain dun sa mga fights kasi nga, no, feeling ko magiging active tong si Demon sa pagro-roam ng river.
Oo, syempre. And coming into this game, it's gonna be very problematic. Nakikita natin si Linoge, no? Because he attributed for that Electrocute rune, makikita naman natin na he's trying to gain a little bit more early game aggression dito. He wants to be gaining favorable pokes. At lalo na pag na late game na tayo, he's trying to go for that instant burst, no? Sorcery tree din naman yung kanyang secondary doon. So he'll probably still be able to gain stuff like yung mana flow band at saka yung transcendence to try and just pretty much make himself a more well-rounded mage on this Annie.
This is relatively a quiet game. You know, it's just a trading game rather. But you kind of put yourself in a spot na, wait lang, asan yung mga engages? Pero I think I might be speaking too soon. Demon, you still have flash. Tangle Barbs is gonna hit. And here comes the Arctic Assault as well from Hiccup only. Pero yun nga pre, no? It's the game of ambahan between Ion and Amigos.
Oo nga, but something very important about this Sedge actually. Oh, a Xiaobao. Slowly smacking onto Rage. He's alright though, he should be good. Pero gusto ko lang ma-point out, no, yung Hiccup actually nag-shockwave siya, nag-aftershock siya dito.
Oh, teka lang, the bot lane is already a domain of a first blood via Ion Global as that Void Seeker dealt damage to the life of Sightstone.
Grabe naman, that was a snipe from Lucas on towards the side. Hindi na nahuli ni Wamsi. A little bit unfortunate from him. But again, to Hiccup only, no, medyo you usually see grasp on Sejuani's, but actually went for the aftershock here, which tells me that Hiccup only is going to be the main source of initiation for a lot of these team fights coming in from Ion. No? Just the extra survivability na mabibigay sa inyo. And a little bit of that damage, sure, from Aftershock.
Yeah, true on the glacial pressure actually, no, from the Sejuani. Pero also, there's something reliable din mula dito sa Ion, and that is the possible 5-man or even 4-man engage ni Forgotten, no, because you essentially have the Tangle Barbs plus the Pop Blossom nga naman, no, na maging possible maging maganda for the side of Ion Global. And Rage already popping the dominoes for that wave clear. And now Amigos Esports putting no notice on trying to take down this Dragon, or Demon could get the assaulted battery on this one. Pero hindi, makukuha to ni Ion Global as Demon gets taken down on the effort of the 50-50, but the fight is still good going on. Lenoj goes in for the summon Clippers, but it will be dodged. And here comes the fight, still continuing. Hiccup only focusing now on the Annie. Lucas now dangerously low, and here comes the attacking Sands here by the Azir. Sidestone now running away as well. Wamsi healthy as he can be, pero hindi siya nakaka-damage dito. And Ion takes a lot of lives plus the objective.
Ayan na po, 4-0 now on our scoreboard. Unfortunate, no? Galing sa AES. Medyo si Lenoj kasi naiwan dun. He took a lot of damage, and all it took was Rocket just throwing at the spears as well as yung Sand Soldiers niya was able to bring him down. And pretty much at that point, nung nawala na yung Ani, there wasn't any CC or, you know, consistent damage and din ang magagaling sa Amigos Esports. They tried to disengage, but the chase down was just too strong, and Ion will be leading this game with 4 kills to nil.
Yeah, Ion Global, no, still living up to their expectations. Now they are the team to beat here in this group. As you can see, the macro movement from calling down the Dragon and trapping down Demon. Buti na nga lang may malakas na timing dito si Hiccup only. Feeling ko 1000 Hz ata yung monitor niya, no? Maganda yung timing ng smite niya doon. And Amigo Esports, we need the comeback from you guys. Sidestone always getting picked off. And this is the problem when you still don't have your Monsoon.
Oo nga, and it is gonna be slowly towards Ion in terms of the aggressiveness around the map. When you look at where the vision is lying, you can see they have a lot of deep wards already, malabot side and even on towards this top side as well. And I think just being able to capitalize on the lead, something that that wasn't entirely unexpected. We saw this coming from a mile away. And Amigos Esports right now just trying to do the best with what they can, as safely as they can as well. And you can see Xiao Bajao already here on towards the middle side as well. Rage now on bot, and the bot side duo on top.
Yeah, they still need to respect na may dominance dito si Rage. So kailangan yung mag-ingat on this one. B2 Kitten bursting down. Here comes the season desist. It's now Crocodile hunting season again. And look at the heal from the Ruthless Predator, man. Rage gets the stun. Rage now running away. Gets stunned from the Disintegrate. But Rage is still taking down damage. Vault Breaker not gonna hit. And Rage, the Crocodile, he's not gonna get endangered anytime soon.
Oo nga, at ayan na, comeback next time na lang kayo mga par. Dala kayo ng anti-heal as Rage. Very long kiting actually. Galing pa dun sa malapit sa tower. Nakaback pa talaga siya the entire way. And that's pretty much because of the sustain na mayroon tong Renekton na to. And I'm pretty sure that AES will not make that same mistake again. They're definitely gonna try and build up on that anti-heal. Something very important against the Renekton.
Yeah, that is a sustained Crocodile. Imagine pre, wala pa siyang Conqueror nun. Nabuhay pa siya ng matagal. Hindi pa fully stock yun pre. All he had was just boots. Not even a sustained item, but Rage has it in him. Kailangan nila magtawag ng isa pa. He's just too damn hard to kill. Pero mawawala at i-cancel nila dito yung tower dive as they saw Forgotten roaming down the map on the embodiment of Rocket's Azir. So Rage, ilang beses ka na tumesting. Rage, you're overextending, but you're baiting actually for Forgotten. It will pay the price of his life. And Rage gets taken down. Amigos gets the kill on the board.
A little bit unfortunate for him there, no? But you have to commend Amigos Esports there for still sticking around kahit nakikita rin naman nila at kahit nagta-tower hug na yun si Renekton. If I were Rage, I definitely would have assumed Amigos Esports had already dispersed by that point, no? Kaya bumalik siya sa lane. And of course, with the added help of Forgotten there who also had his presence, you think he would be safe.
Uy, sumala dito yung Glacial Prison pero may teleport na paparating. Magtatawag ng backup si Wamsi and he will live another life here. So that was a failed dive. Sayang kung tumama yung ulti na yun. They might have gotten a very good gold out of that.
Oo nga. And I really want to point out yung sa bottom lane din. What Forgotten used to scare off the rest of the enemy team was the form of Rocket, no? And Rocket is already doing pretty good in this game as well. But meanwhile, between the top side, yung mga chess natin dito, Iron Rage versus Xiao Bajao, not a lot of, pretty much a difference in both their abilities. But you can already see the, Ninja Tabi already built up by Xiao Bajao.
You are a man of culture, Dumpster Fire.
Oh, ayan,
I like you
ayan.
for that. Kasi
Ayan.
sino bang nagsasabi na, pre, nakabuo na ako ng plated steel cups? Parang gusto ko yung ikot ng dila kasi ng Ninja Tabi, no? No hate on Riot Games, no? It is still on our hearts, cultured kumbaga, na kung ano yung kinalakihan namin, dun lang kami nasanay. Plated steel cup, sige, modern era, pero you can never take the Ninja Tabi out of that talaga.
Tabi lang yung dati min eh. May tabi na yan. May tabi na ako. Ganun na, di ba? Yung mga shot calls dati. Naalala ko sa mga computer shops. Ay, nako. Ayan na. Ang tanda na natin, pre.
Man, it's been a while, no? Pero parang may paparating na laban dito sa bottom side. Kailangan nang tumakbo ng Amigos Esports dito as they're now eyeing for the disengage. There goes the ball breaker here for Demon to go back to his jungle. And that's not a fight. It's just amping up here on Ion as they eye for the Dragon.
Oo nga, ayan na. Just look at Ion and look at what they did there. They tried to burst down Demon to at least as much HP as they can. Weren't really trying to go for a kill onto him, though they would have gladly taken it. But the objective there was to make sure that Demon wouldn't be in good health enough to contest this Dragon take.
Yeah, Amigos Esports, I feel like they wanted to go for that 50-50, but Ion Global just had different measures, no? Bago sila pumwesto sa Dragon, they want to push around the bottom lane and stack it around instead of the usual Lucas and Forgotten just moving forward. So Amigos Esports just felt it was just too overpowering for us to just try and 50-50 out of this. Let's just play around the mid game. Wait around for our items. That's the few measures that Amigos Esports could take para talaga hindi mo na sila magbigay ng maraming pera up against Ion.
Oo nga, it is gonna be very, very problematic now for AES because not only does Ion have currently the lead in the vast majority of CS, and as well as actually these kills lang, but the feats of strength din and warfare already on towards this hand. They got 2 out of 3 with the 3 kills as well as the objectives coming in from them.
So I feel like Demon is now shadowing topside, trying to look for a possible play to push around Rage out of the map because anytime soon the Void Grubs will spawn. And that's the threat here for Amigos Esports. And look at the engage here from Hiccup only as they set their eyes over to Sightstone. And Wamsi already pops Lightning Crash, trying to clear out the minions to force the tower onto the lives of Lucas and Forgotten. And here comes the disengage here from the bottom side of Ion as AES's bot lane lives another day.
Ayan, it's pretty much a good disengage from them. I have to credit them for that. And I think they should really try and play it safe right now. Ion Global Academy know where their strengths lie. And pretty much with Hiccup only, especially on this Aftershock, can be very, very strong and very, very tanky. And AES definitely do not have the damage to try and solve that just yet, especially if they don't have Xiao Bajao in the fray joining them for those fights. Di niya nakuha yung subjugate on towards that Sejuani. It could be problematic for them. So I think the gameplay and plan here for AES right now is just pretty much to try and scale slowly, try to get those pick-offs as any other team would in any game really, to try and get the advantage.
Yeah, it's still relatively a close game, no? After the fallout of the 4 kills that Ion got, Amigos Esports just said, we really need to stay quiet and try to be proactive on just clearing out the minions, you know? Contest here and then, wag na tayo magbigay ng masyado pang pera. And that's what I like about Amigos Esports reading out the room. We cannot fight in this time and age. We have to wait before we strike. And they will strike eventually as these players are now building out their items really fairly. And they're building the right ones, actually. Blade of the Ruin King for Xiao Bajao with a lot of health scaling towards the enemy team. So yeah, this is a snowball being built out here by Amigos. But they're trying to gather some snow first.
That's right, and that's gonna be this Zeri as well actually, just trying to take the call, trying to get more extra income as he does try and aim to clear out the vast majority of these minions. But if you look at this Kaisa, Lucas already has the Kraken Slayer up under his belt. That's gonna be a problem for Xiao Bajao and even Demon coming into this game, especially if they try and go for these skirmishes.
Look at Xiao Bajao already positioning himself on the top lane as the major objective will be alive soon. Magkakasama na nga dito ang Ion Global dito, and same goes for Amigos. So this is already a reunion, a group up to whoever will try to take this Rift Herald. Rage already popping down to Dominus. At ito na lang ikakalabasan na nga ng ulti. Pop Blossom will hit Sue. Slam dunk by Forgotten. And Demon gets taken down.
God.
Ion takes control of the top side. Sidestone and Wamsi runs away.
That's gonna be very, very good engage coming in from Ion as well. They take out Demon, and again, another objective just going towards their way, and it's their priority on being able to catch out Demon from Amigos Esports, and I think that's a very, very smart play from them. No smite contest, why contest the objective at all, and AES definitely aren't in the position to try and focus heroes at any point in these kinds of team fights, knowing the lead that Ion already have. And of course, the upgraded Q of the Kai'Sa already at level 10. Something that's just pretty much the problem that AES are trying to solve themselves. Saan manggagaling yung damage natin? Yung Ion, meron na sila.
Pero pre hindi lang dapat damage yung kailangan isipin dito ng Amigos, no? Kailangan din nila maghanap ng sustain. Monsoon, oo pre.
Yan.
Pero armors, the magic resists, kung ano nga ba yung ipaprayo nyo, mas masakit pa si Rage kaysa kay Lucas, mas masakit pa si Rocket kaysa kay Rage, you know, all of that shim-sham.
Ayan.
They need to balance themselves on whether they would build really good items in terms of damage or even sustainability. So Amigos Esports, they're now on a dilemma right now. What should they prioritize, Martin?
Oo nga. Well, I mean, pretty much Amigo Esports right now. And just to point out, Lenoj, no, yung ating hero na naman, they have Dark Seals both on their sides. Yung Azir tsaka yung Ani din naman, meron sila nun. It just goes down to how he's going to be able to play. Because as you can see, in terms of CS, the Azir is already leading this Ani, no? And this is something that we see very, very often. It goes down to the Ani to make the most out of that early and middle game strength na meron sa kanya, the burst damage, the lockdown, as well as just making his presence felt around the map. Because later on in the game, you can never outmatch this Azir, yung consistent damage niya, lalo nang pag di siya nahuhuli ng AES dito.
Yeah, it's all about that waiting time here for Amigos Esports, whether they would strike. But something to note, no? It feels like Ion Global just didn't care enough for the possible soul point as long as they do get gold. Because long term, it will benefit them na okay naman eh. May naipon na kaming pera, nakapag-save up kami ng mga magagandang bagay para talaga kahit magbigay kami ng Dragon, may mas makukuha kaming pera dun sa tower na nakuha namin sa bottom side.
Tama.
So essentially, Ion Global is just playing the mind games right now. Pinapaasa si Amigos Esports, probably.
Tama. And of course, Ion Global Academy, very, very happy to just take those trades. I feel like as Amigos Esports are pretty much still on the lower side of the net worth. No? And Ion Global Academy just have to hold on to this kind of lead, try and continue to pick them off, and pretty much capitalize that the lead that they have. No? Look for a lot more skirmishes. Try and make sure that Amigos Esports aren't going to be able to recover later on in the game, because right now they're pretty much chilling. The waves are a little bit pushed in, and off the map.
Yeah, that was off the grid here from the kill, and looks like Wamsi just wants to get one more auto attack. Lucas closing out on his life there. Kamunti ka na maging black and white yung nakikita niya dun. As the top side is indeed an island. And look at the health that he got from Subjugate. Rage clears out the way from Koldamik, and Xiao Bajao needs to run away. And what a sequence we have seen so far, Mark.
I see. And I think it was pretty much because nakikita niya na si Demon parang nagko-collapse na din doon sa top lane. They definitely could have gone for a dive there. However, Hiccup only was right there to try and perceive Demon. So yan, na nagbabak na lang din kaagad si Xiao Bajao. But that definitely could have been trouble for Rage here thanks to this Trundle.
Pero pre one of the letdowns here now for Amigos Esports is not the flashiness of Sightstone. Kasi nga, napipick up siya palagi dito ng Ion. So hopefully, he could bounce back and deliver some good action here for the side of for Amigos Esports rather. So yeah, Ion Global still has eyes on the map here. You can definitely see them eyes wide open from any counter-attack position. Them positioning on the bottom side might just go for a pick-off here. But they are waiting for that opportunity. They like to proc and prod here, just so anyone could be threatened here for Amigos.
Oo nga, and I don't think they want to do this right now because as you can see, this Kai'Sa already has her Rage Blade, and that's a very, very big spike for a Kai'Sa coming into this game. So the extra attack speed as well, the magic damage coming in from them as Hiccup go for an engage.
Oh, Hiccup only finds the death push, and Lenoj just doesn't see any daylight there as he gets taken down. Will they fight it out? The answer is no. Amigos Esports just getting overwhelmed the map.
Forgotten, very, very happy to trade that Pop Blossom for the flash of Dima now. And it seems as though, again, they're trying to claim a lot of this river area and just pretty much just trying to hold off against the objectives here. They're even fine with leaving Lucas alone. That's how much confidence they have right now, that they're pretty much in the lead in this game.
Yeah, look now at the attack on control here by Ion. Not even a single soul
Oh my
to contest
God.
Amigos Esports. Any objective known to man, Ion Global has a contract to take it down. So far, Xiao Banjiao's going on a double effort right now, going for the side lanes, which is the important part of the game para sa Amigos Esports. Kasi nga, dito na lang sila umaalay talaga no? Kahit pa paano may perang dinadala at inuuwi si Xiao Banjiao dito para talaga may makita pang item sila, Wamsi.
And that thing just spawned, man. Kakaspawn lang ng atakan. Yan, just instantly taken out already coming into this game. Wamsi in the sights of Hiccup only as Lucas converge.
Oh, Wamsi gets caught by the Glacial Prison, and he gets taken down. Good pick here by Iron Global. Sidestone needs to run away. Forgotten predicts the flash, plus the Pop Blossom. Double kill for Lucas. And Amigos Esports say sayonara to their lives.
That's 3 gone already from the side of Amigos Esports, and that could pretty much mean both these towers here in the middle lane. Rocket even just trying to take out more resources against Amigos Esports, knowing that there's hardly ever going to be any contest in the form of Xiao Bajao and Linodge here, and they do take 2 turrets here for the middle lane, completely opening up the red side jungle for Ion Global Academy.
Ion is the name, map control is the game. You can definitely see them taking deep positions on the map that not even Amigos Esports' carries can contest this. Palagi na lang talaga Ion Global yung nakapwesto ng mataas, hindi naaabot to ng Amigos, at pag may nag-overextend at pag may gustong tumesting, nandyan si Hiccup only para magdala ng posas. Si Lucas nga naman talaga tagalinis lang ng dumi dito. And that's just a summary of what's happening inside of the Rift, Martin. Not anything. Walang magagawa dito si Amigos talaga.
Oo nga, and it's a bad position for Amigos Esports to be in because right now, kakaspawn lang ng Dragon natin, and in around 3 minutes or so, or less actually, pupunta na rin yung Baron. And because they have no lead at all, because they don't have any pressure, any strength coming into this game, even Rage is just solo-handed, single-handedly, no? Nagde-defend lang siya dito sa top side. It's gonna be a problem for AES.
Oh, look at the Dominus here just to clear out the way. But parang ganun lang, naubos kagad yung red side minions on the top side. And now Hiccup only taking down the Dragon, putting Ion on soul point. Sidestone and Wamsi now running away. It looks like Ion wants to go for a fight. Everyone is just converging on different directions, but Amigos Esports just doesn't seem to get any advantage out of this one.
Does it seem as though Amigos Esports are pretty much scared, no? It seems as though they're trying to still gain vision for themselves. I think they're very confident in their teamfight capabilities. On this Annie as well, Lenodge can definitely turn the tides, especially if he does get a very, very good Tibbers land onto the vast majority of Ion. But again, Ion just showing their patience. Oh, there's a convergence here right on towards Rage.
Yeah, putting out the stop here just to take down the Crocodile. Season this is ginamit na nga talaga lahat para talaga makakuha ng panghapunan dito. Slicing and dicing plus the flash. Rage is gonna escape the doom. Lucas going godlike on the bottom side, but he's gonna get taken down here. But not really. Actually, it's going to be Wamsi that's going to get turned around. Double for Lucas. And what a play by Ion. Both sides of the map being dominated by the players.
That's confidence coming in from both of them there as well. It seems as though Demon and Sidestone trying to stop them. It's not enough though. Like this Janna, I feel like they completely just misjudged what this champion was capable of doing. The peel's just not enough from her. And I feel like Ion is making work of that. 1-for-2 exchange for them. Xiao Bajao and Wamsi for the life of Hiccup. I'm pretty much sure Ion would very, very much happily take that any day of the week.
Yeah, Rage just had the complete abilities to make the great escape. Throw it all away. And that's a nothing here for Ion no? Kahit anong batuhin nga nila, may makukuha talaga silang patay dito. Kahit nga tinipid nila yung sarili nila, for sure they will indeed get the kill. Not the burst type of damage, but you do know it's really tough to reach here for Amigos to try and get the trade. Walang nangyari nga naman talaga doon. But look at Ion forcing down a fight. Wala talagang maisip ang AES kundi sige palagan na lang natin, hoping to get the kill. And that hope is just getting blisters everywhere.
That's right. 46,000 already in net worth coming in from Ion. That's almost a 7k gold lead that they have all over Amigos Esports. And again, items are the name of the game. This Kaisa is 8-0-4 right now as compared to Zeri's 1-3. Here comes the Baron already spawned as well. And it doesn't seem like Amigos Esports are in any contention or in any position actually to try and contest this.
Yeah, let's just wait, no? Mali mo nga naman talaga merong buga pa dito at hininga si AES. Habang di pa sinusuot ang swero, pwede pa lumaban dito ang Amigo Esports. Looking at the convergence on the top lane here as Wamsi and a Sidestone trying to move forward here. Probably getting a pick. Pero now, Ion Esports, nakakaramdam na nga sila dito ng pagkinig kasi nga merong kaguluhan at nag-i-stack na nga sila dito sa may bandang top side. Nagkatagpuan nga na naman dito ang magkatuwang sa may top lane na nasa bottom lane na nga ngayon. Xiao Bajao trying to do what is needed para sa isang Trundle player. Kunin yung mga tore. Pero Ion Global says, major objective, buhay na yung Baron.
And that is going to be AES trying to scout it out. Can they gain any vision? And there it is, a little glimpse coming in from them. But it seems as though there isn't going to be any contest as the blue team, Iron Global Academy, do take the Baron. And again, very good point made, no? Xiao Bajao actually is doing work here for Amigos Esports. Just being able to try and relieve their side pressure. Not just that, but actually give side pressure to the rest of Iron Global Academy. That's going to be very, very important coming into this game. But look at how Iron Global Academy are handling it. They just send their crocodile down there. And that is most likely enough pretty much to hold off any lane against this Trundle.
Yeah, nothing speaks side pressure other than a hull breaker, man. And look at Xiao Bajao trying to cancel out the Titanic Hydra as your second item or even the Trinity Force. And the hull breaker puts up a lot of layers actually, no? Kasi nga talagang binibigyan lang nila ng isang role si Xiao Bajao habang tumatagal tong laro to. So medyo madedelay muna yung power spike. May value nga naman na may bibigay dito yung Subjugate at doon na lang talaga tayo aasa for Xiao Bajao. The towers are indeed is a go-to meal. But look at Hiccup only invading. Everyone is just pouring out the ultimates. Lucas goes legendary. 9-0-4. A performance in the making here by Lucas.
And it seems as though they already have their eyes set onto Xiao Bajao, but they don't really mind. They have Baron minions. They can definitely try and go for that bottom side. And actually, the HP on that bottom side inhibitor turret is very, very low. Can definitely even be dived at this point. And I think AES are gonna have to try and solve that, but not before Xiao Bajao cuts that bottom lane.
Look at Iron Esports now deep into enemy lines. Inhibitor tower on bottom side taken down and the inhibitor will be next. Iron Global wants to get the pick here of the three players that are just looking pretty scrumptious on the direction of Iron. Lightning Crash now pop. Trying to get down the minions to clear it down. Nagre-retreat na nga ang Ion dito. And the health bars are not in the favor of Ion. Look at the season this is. And Rage will get taken down. A huge shutdown bounty claim by the carry. Forgotten using the Tangled Barbs to delay the entry here of Amigo Esports. And Rocket trying to do some damage. Lucas, you need to run away. They're prioritizing here the Dragon. Lucas is dangerously low. Look at the Pop Blossom. It's gonna hit 4. Forgotten is gonna get taken down. Shut down another one. Rocket doing heroics here, but he's gonna get taken down as well. A lot of shutdowns claimed by Amigos Esports as they now eye for the comeback.
This is what Amigos Esports needed. Ayan na, tatlo na yung nawawala for Iron Global Academy. They overplayed their hand on towards that middle side. Nagtitipi pa nga yung Azir, but as soon as he arrived there, Iron Global Academy were just shocked by how much damage they were taking from Amigos Esports. And that was pretty much good, especially with the fact that now, all times, this 3-item Zeri was allowed to free hit. Very, very problematic for Iron Global Academy.
Let's take a look at this replay, no? Ang ganda na ng effort ni Forgotten actually. But Lucas is so low. He cannot kite. The Emperor's Divide was actually really good. Pero napakalayo ng Sand Soldiers dun pre sa direction ni Wamsi. 2 hits would have given him a very good sum of gold para kay Rocket, no? Ang daming gustong gumawa ng play. Pero it just came up short because the positioning was just not positioning.
big items as well coming in from a lot of those shutdowns, no? Para kay Wamsi, he's pretty much approaching and almost actually at his fourth item. It's gonna be very, very big coming in from them, and that is definitely what they needed against Ion, especially against Hiccup and Rage here, who are pretty much going to frontline the vast majority of what Amigos Esports are going to be able to give. But with the Zeri now able to peel and actually ahead of CS of this Kaisa, it could still very much be an even game, even though this Kaisa has already gained such an enormous lead.
And natin, no? Anytime soon, Amigos Esports with their confidence already boosted because of the first bloods rather. The bounties that they got, it was really nice for them to try and put up an effort para makabalik dito sa laro nito. Pero tinan natin, Iron Global still has the lead. They still have soul. Team fighting is their agenda here. And they just need an overextension here from Amigos. And this might just be their death sentence.
That's right. The IE actually slowly being picked up from the Zeri may absolutely swing the momentum of the game. And I'm very excited to see whether or not that is going to be a possibility or whether or not Iron Global Academy are going to allow that. Or do they focus down Wamsi if they can? And Xiao Bajao doing Xiao Bajao things once again on the bottom side with the backup from Demon here just in case he needs it.
Oh, Sidestone is gonna live here with the escape from the Glacial Prison. Teleport popped here by Xiao Bajao to take drastic measures. Sakaling mag-force ng laban dito ang Iron Global. Wamsi, masyado ka tama ambisyoso sa paggagawa ng overextend doon. Kaibigan, easy lang. Darating ang laban. Magkakabunga din ang pag-iintay mo at sa pag-iipon ng pera. Pero Amigos Esports, kailangan nyo pa rin talagang ingatan yung mga sarili nyo. Malakas ang burst damage ng Iron Global.
Ayan na. For after more than 10 minutes, Xiao Bajao, mission complete na. Yung ginawa niya sa bottom lane, nakuha niya na. Yung Toria yan na nagtitipi agad, ang saya niya nun. Ayan na, pwede naman mag-recall eh. There wasn't any instant initiation happening there. Pero ayan na, goods na ako doon. Dito na naman ako.
Akala niya ata, pre, 100% complete rate na ata yung bottom side. Hindi, pre, oh, may mga structures pa sa top tsaka sa mid. Pero, pre, wala ako kasi nakikita sa mid. Eh. Sabi ni Xiao Bajao, gusto ko dito lang ako sa may mga side lanes na hindi ako po problemahin ng mga kalaban. For Kitten, trying to take some poke down here. And Xiao Bajao na activates the frozen domain, trying to force down a possible team fight here. Rage also taking some notes here of the playbook of Xiao Bajao going for the side lane. Kasi may buhay na Baron dito. Kailangan mag-ingat ng Iron Global sa gagawin nga nilang play. Xiao Bajao needs to run away. Gagamitin ng frozen domain para makatakas. And Xiao Bajao sustained himself. Pero nagkukumpulan na dito ang miyembro ng Amigos Esports para i-contest yung possible Baron take ng Ion.
That's right. There is going to be Lenoj here, but engage coming
Lucas,
in.
ang lakas ng damage niya. Look at the flank from Rage. Lucas is tumoring on a tear and deleting everybody. Forgotten dunks one as he snares down Lenoj. Look at the Emperor's Divide to get the overkill over to the Annie. Sidestone na lang ang nakikita natin sa base. Mga kasamang nga ba niya si Xiao Bajao? Hindi, pre. Iba yung meeting na napuntahan niya. Siraan ng Tore yung nasama niya dito. Pero Iron Global is now eyeing on the base. Nexus turret number 1 is gonna get taken down, and so does the number 2. Red turret destroyed over here at this one. Iron Global, bukas na ang Nexus. Ito na ang ating pag-focus sa goal. Iron Global dominates the game number 2.
At ayan na, that pretty much leads up to Amigo Esports coming out 1-1 in this group stage. At ayan na, yung prediction mo, paring Salve, maaari ata yun, depending on how the next game is going to go. But I'm super excited because this is definitely what I subjected and pretty much expected coming in from Iron Global Academy. This kind of gameplay, the aggressiveness, and just being able to capitalize on mistakes and not making too many of your own brought them the lead and gave them the win in this game.
And we saw the light at the end of the tunnel para dito sa friends here at Amigos Esports. But sadly, pre, kailangan lang talaga nilang patagalin pa ng onte. Pero that one team fight, a Baron 50-50 could have gotten pretty good measures para dito sa Amigos Esports. Pero yun nga yung hindi natin nakita kasi Ion just said, we would like to use this Baron as bait. And that's what they really did. No? Iron Global seeked an opportunity for them to go for the flank, especially from Rage na akala natin magpo-focus lang sa bot pero bigla na lang siya magpa-flank by the Dominus, pre.
At ayun nga, yung si Xiao Bajao, yung natatawa ako dun, pre. Kasi nauubos na yung buong team niya. Andun pa rin siya sa tower. Nag-hit lang ng
Gusto ko marinig yung comms. Si Sidestone dedepensa sa 4 na si Xiao Bajau. Pre, teka lang, sinisira ko pa yung top side.
Munti ka na. Objective to. Extra goal to.
League of Legends PH, you never fail to amaze me nga naman talaga. Ito na nga pre, one sorry as Amigo Esports takes a huge L in their name. Pero grabe nga naman talaga Iron Global living up to the expectations of everybody as they really dominate the ranks.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a 1-1 for Amigo Esports. And so far, Ion with 1-0 and I Miss You with 0-1. Will this be a 3-way 1-1? From the result of our next game, I'm super excited to see whether that's gonna be the case. But as of now, ayan na po, si Lucas as well as Wamsi definitely leading the charge of DPS for their teams. And even then, I felt like putting Linoj on this Annie was a little bit of a problem for your team. I feel like Linoj could definitely have done more.
Pero ito, this man just hit towers the whole game. He did 15,000 damage. How the hell did that happen for you, Xiao Bajau?
I have no idea.
I have no idea indeed, man. If there was a game that you would compare it to a meme, this is indeed the game because this man really did trundle things that were really unspeakable. Kasi nga naman, where is the team play, Xiao Bajau? We're not flaming you. We just really like to ridicule the fact that you really like towers so much. Pero ito, Iron Global, the stats shows and the stats says a lot. The numbers don't lie. They really did dominate from 4 Dragons, 26,000 damage from Lucas. And that's just everything here from Ion. Whether it would be from damage, assist, gold towers, it's indeed their lead.
That's right. Definitely something that I felt like Xiao Bajau could have done to pretty much make... Because what he was doing was very effective din naman, no? Yung mga side pushes niya. But I felt like it could have been done a lot faster if he just got something like a cleave that would allow him to do that. And there it is, Salvatore, our MVP. Walang iba kundi si Lucas.
Bakit hindi si Xiao Bajau? Where's the Xiao Bajau honors, guys?
Where's the love?
Where's the love? Where's the love for the top lane, guys? We have been graced by the Kaisa of Lucas. Oh, we all know that this man dealt damage. But what about the damage that this guy did? Xiao Bajau to the towers of Iron Global, no? Pero jokes aside, man, Lucas just really did outdid everyone, no? From being able to get the first blood, setting the pace here for Iron Global, and as well as to get that snowball because the damage really dealt damage here for Lucas as he was able to contribute a lot from getting the space from the map.
That's absolutely it. And you have to talk about yung item build pathing niya. He pretty much, after gaining the feat of warfare, biglang nag Kraken Slayer na kaagad. And I felt like that was pretty much the reason why the rest of Amigos Esports couldn't win the early engages that they wanted because they were too afraid of that one item and Lucas being able to peel them off along with his passive proc.
Yeah, let's take a look at the highlights. At least dito natin makikita, pre, how much did Xiao Bajau really did in terms of damage. I feel like he did a lot of pokes over to the Renekton and as well as the bottom side. But that's already the 15k? But what about the tower damage? Pero tama na yan, pre. I feel like we've been doing this meme for a good amount of 5 minutes already. Let us put the flowers where they are indeed reasonable to put at. Kasi Iron Global Academy just really did a dominating game. And everyone just took notice on what they could really do when they have the momentum and they do have a good amount of game. This is Iron Global. Your expectations are still not yet damn summoners because Iron Global might just be a tournament favorite that you might stick around.
That's right, and that's definitely something that we're going to be able to see as we approach this next game as well, wherein Ion Global Academy are now the people who have just come straight from a win. So the question continues, no? Are they going to be able to carry on this momentum that Amigo Esports were unable to? Or will they be stopped in their tracks by yung team ng bayan? I Miss You.
Pre, I Miss You has the chance to do the funniest thing ever to force a 3-way tie. But Iron Global has the momentum. The fight still continues, but we will be taking a short break. Ako nga pala si Salvatore, siya nga pala si Dumpster Fire, and you're still tuning in to Liga Republika Day 2, Group B. We will be back after this break.
Push the button, let's get active. Show me how you act when it's action. I gotta warn you, this is different than the practice. Cause battle after battle make a savage. what I'm made for. Big mistake, bro. But he doing all he can, can't stay close. Watch out. Let me show you how it's done. Take notes, no way I take a loss. Better pray the game broke. Drop in, walk him down, boom, boom, caught him, lock in. Watch me go to work as if I clocked in. It's been getting out of hand, somebody stop him. You wish you could, I'm too good. Yeah, I make it look easy. I make it look easy. I'm way too good. Yeah, I make it look easy. I make it look easy. I'm way too good. I'm way too. I'm way too turned up, heat it up, burn up. Put the pressure on them and I probably might hurt some. Watch the moves on me, you might just learn some. Try it and you fail, not the only or the first one. A lot of names on that list who try to stop me, but not a single one of them was copy. I pack them up, I roll them out, I'm serving up some maki. Only way to win is if you copy, but I'm too good. Yeah, I make it look easy. I make it look easy. I'm way too good. Yeah, I make it look easy. I make it look easy. I'm way too good. I'm about to turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. I'm about to get wild, get wild, get wild,
truth is I follow.
We welcome you all back to the madness. That is Liga Republika. I'm still Salvatore. He's still Dumpster Fire. And what a day it has
Yes,
been
sir.
for Group B as we now head to our potential final game of today as I Miss You finds to bounce back with their fight up against Amigos, but with now an even bigger titan in front of them.
Oo nga, and that is definitely the keyword, no? Possible last game, because what would happen here is if I Miss You take it up against Ion Global Academy, no? It is going to be a 3-way 1-to-1 tie. And the way it works when that happens, ladies and gentlemen, is first we take a safe team. That is to say, yung unang pinakamabilis na nananalo. But anyway, not enough of talking about what's possible. Let's jump right into the team lineup, paring Salve.
Eto na yun, pre. Nakita na nga natin kanina kung sino nga ba si I Miss You, no? Is the former Limitless Arcade slash Life is Roblox roster, no? Na merong adjustment lang muna, no? At ang kanilang top laner is the former Godsend Esports top laner, which is going to be Mallory. At si Yuri, I feel like, is their new acquisition, no? Correct me if I'm wrong, comment section. Correct me if I'm wrong. Kaya kayo nandyan para turuan nyo kami kung ano nga ba yung tama. Pero this is still a solid lineup, no? Kung maalala ko, this is a lineup that went top 8 in 2 years ago, no? Pero malakas pa rin talaga yung aura ng I Miss You. Nagkulang lang talaga sila sa pwesto. Tsaka sa, I don't know, that probably the macro was just not there up against Amigos Esports. So, hopefully now with a even more tougher opponent, baka dito na nga sila mag-lash out ng mga kakaibang plays na we all know from this lineup alone.
That's right. We know that I Miss You is definitely capable. Especially, I'm looking at Luke Justin, no, on that very, very proactive nidalee jungling that we saw from that first game. Very, very interested in seeing it again and again. Just look at what they did to make it this far, no. Ayan na, 3-0, and they actually went up against Reapers as well, and Night Reborn Esports and versus Endless, and that is just pretty much goes to show, no, and tells us that I Miss You definitely aren't out of it just now. And what if they pull an Ion Global Academy on Ion Global Academy, which is to say to ban the very, very strong heroes that they were able to have in that second game.
I like you, Director with Dumpster Fire. You like to spew up some bit of a plot here na I kinda really like and I really enjoy it, no? So, baka malay mo nga, no? What is the minimal and low chance of a percentage to happen, baka nga naman talaga, makita nga natin. Pero pre, kwentong League of Legends, may entry dito si Ion Forgotten. Sabi niya dito, I remember it was during 2012.
Grabe.
Oh my God!
Mag-e-end yung world nun eh.
Oh, grabe pre, ang dami nangyari sa 2012. Pero going back to the story, my older brother was playing this game and I was genuinely curious about the characters because I play different types of games in a computer shop. Fast forward to Season 8 where I truly began to pursue it being a pro player in League. Seeing many old focus in League of Legends Varsity League, I was determined to be at least recognized by my skills and be featured by Ryan. So anyone out there dreaming to be an aspiring collegiate player, this man was aspiring to be the pros. Oh wow, what a jump ship of a dream, my friend.
Oo nga, nung player na shoutout din natin, no, yung kanyang league story. Kung 2013 ka nagsimula, kung 2013 mo na ba nakita si Faker, ayan, 2012 din. 2012
Wow.
din si Ion Forgotten, grabe, no? A year earlier than you. I was here before you were born sa Summoner's Rift.
Well, 2012, I believe it was Fnatic versus Against All Authority 2012 World Championships, no? Correct me if I'm wrong, the rest in peace Shushay, the AP Alistar was there, si Cyanide nandun pa din, the former Fnatic roster na I believe Yellowstar was also in a different team. But yeah, that was the start of the League of Legends World Championship considering na parang iilan lang yung taong pumunta doon and now League of Legends is literally filling up stadiums from all across the continents, man.
Oo nga, and that is definitely gonna be something that we can't wait to see, especially jumping into this third game, ladies and gentlemen. Again, you know what's on the line. Ion Global Academy with 1-0 right now. I Miss You 0-1, two very opposite ends, but we will be seeing what these teams are capable of in a very, very short while as we jump right into the draft phase.
Ah, man, draft phase, my favorite pre kasi we are always getting surprised by the drafts, you know.
Oo
The one
nga.
that picked Zeri was the one of the few rare occasions na nakita nga natin yun. So, okay, I think I Miss You is doing something here, trying to go general and not really using the Ion Global route. So, why ban?
Oo nga.
Kayo naman, Ion Global, you might consider a Renekton, pero they targeted Yuri very early on this one, banning at Yone.
That's right. Very, very smart coming in from them. Actually, Yuri was still able to make a very, very strong impact on that Yone in that first game. But it's funnily enough, I can't believe that Ion, there's no way they're gonna pretty much just go for what they did against Amigos, right? And just ban all the things that I Miss You used in that first game.
Okay. So, Trundle, oh, man, rest in peace, Xiao Badjao. Parang na-miss ko na siya, pre. Wala na siya sa laban, pero naalala ko pa rin siya. Oh, man, everywhere,
Yun yung hullbreaker niya dito.
Everywhere I go, it reminds me of him nga naman talaga.
Ay,
Pero,
grabe na.
I Miss You bans out the Azir. Definitely had an impact from Rocket's performance dun. So, tama lang naman, I Miss You. So, instead of a Silas ban in the early phase, parang pipiliin nga nila dito yung Poppy at yun nga yung mangyayari dito. Now, I Miss You, with the first pick, I feel like Talia or even Oriana is good on this one. Pero, this will be the day for I Miss You to pick Talia as their priority.
That's very, very good as well. I think this pick also serves as just pretty much trying to take it out of Iron Global Academy's hands. Rocket once again proving very, very strong on that Talia as we've seen in the qualifiers actually, and actually was broadcasted. And I think I Miss You, that was a very, very good pick up from them. But still, Ion actually now locking onto the Sejuani as usual.
Again, actually, no, parang may hiccup only. So now with the Talia, I feel like already a mid-pick para ma-counter na to kagad. Pero just to be safe, the Prodigal Explorer is going to be picked here. Rare occasion once again unlocked by Ion Global as we now see the Ezreal. Jhin is open actually for I Miss You, which is a viable pick to counteract the Ezreal.
Especially with the curtain call. If Mallory is able to lock them out of any other chokehold or any way to escape, no, it could be very, very good for them. And actually, a very strong pick coming from I Miss You is going to be this Pantheon. They have one more pick remaining before they pass the sights on back to Ion. And we
almost forgot. We almost forgot. Wako is gonna have a field day with the hail of arrows and the blighted quivers. Ayan na nga ang kinakatakutan ng masa. Pero eto na nga, Rocket. Sa wakas, magagamit niya na, pre. Hindi niya man magagamit yung Talia, pero buti na lang may Zoe. So, I Miss You issues a very huge challenge, no? Prinayot din nila kagad yung Talia, not banning out the Zoe. And that leaves an opportunity for Ion to just play out their comforts.
That's right, and I definitely can't wait to see what Rocket is gonna be able to do in the Summoner's Rift. Just, thinking about how it warranted a ban from Amigo Esports. Super excited to see what he does here. And again, this is gonna be this Lucas on this Ezreal to try and escape from Mallory, but because of there's now two semi-global presences coming in from I Miss You, no? We already have the Pantheon as well as the Talia. Could be very problematic. And talking about that bottom side poke, yeah, that's just gonna be Wako there with the piercing arrow.
Okay, so I Miss You, if they want the most amount of engages, why not a Nautilus pick? Tanggalin na natin yung sustain natin. Let's just go forward. Pick out the team fight. We already have the armor shreds here. I feel like the on-hit Baros could really benefit from the amount of tankiness na nakikita nga natin ngayon. So now, they are going for the lockdown Ion Global, Alistar, to pair up with the Ezreal. Pre, ito pa rin ang pinaka-issue dito. I feel like Luke Justin might be able to pick something different, pero hindi. Pre, nag-hover na sila ng Renata. So this is now a lock-in as their bottom side. So Enchanter support ang pinili nila dito to add early game damage from Wako. So ito na, sure na to. Pantheon jungle na.
Oo nga, and I think that's pretty much good coming from I Miss You as well. And just to round it all up together, that is going to be this Ornn pickup for the top side. So it's definitely going to be a Pantheon jungle now, and I think that's a pretty good way for I Miss You to try and play this game, because now that means that Ion have to be very, very wary about these kinds of visits, no? A lot of potential, and I think it pretty much just matches the visiting potential coming in from this Sejuani, especially in the early to mid game on this Pantheon.
And this is tough to see, no? Parang akala ata nila makaka-jail free get out of jail free card rather, no? Itong Ornn pick nila. Pero Ion said that we like counter matchup so much. Pinili nila yung Camille, pre, and this is gonna hurt a lot of the engages. Although may Unraveled Earth, may malakas na pangontra dito sila I Miss You. Pwedeng tangkehin dito ni Hiccup only yung Unraveled Earth via the dash of the Sejuani para lahat happy. So, feeling ko nga naman talaga, pwedeng
Yan.
naman nilang focusin yung mid para hindi mag-snowball kasi magiging masakit talaga si Yuri the moment that he builds Leandris talaga eh.
Oo nga, and medyo good din yung topside duo dito, no? The Camille into the Ornn, definitely going to be a very, very good pick up as well coming in from Ion Global Academy. I felt like was definitely a situational pick. Wala naman tayong nakikitang Camille for the most part of this tournament so far. At least the games I've casted, no? And again, it's gonna be very, very important for Forgotten to try and just peel out the rest of the damage coming from I Miss You. There's a lot of poke going on for them here. You definitely have Yuri as well as Wako. The two main pokes I feel like that Ion Global Academy are gonna be able to deal with for the most part.
Yeah, who has the better skill in landing skill shots?
Yan.
Sa piercing arrow versus the mystic shot. Yan ang gusto
Yan.
kong makita sa bottom side. And we all know Ion Global likes to take their bot lane seriously with their tendency to go really aggressive during the level 3 and the level 4s. No? So, nakita nga natin yung kanina from the duo that is Forgotten and Lucas trying to take down what essentially has been a very solid position mula dun sa bot lane ng Amigos Esports. But Lucas said, we don't like to budge in the rules. No? Parang talagang gagawa kami ng sarili namin batas and just putting all the vulnerabilities down. Laban lang kung laban because the opportunity is indeed there. So nga, good luck to both teams. Nakita na nga natin kung ano yung draft nga nila. Let us know in the comments below sino nga bang pambato nyo para sa ating possible na huling laban ngayong araw na to. Ion Global Academy, eyes for a 2-0. Pero eto namang I Miss You, naghahanap ng bawi.
That's right. And it seems like there's a very, very strong draft on both teams, no? Pero if I just look at this middle lane, I'm very interested on how this Talia going up against the Zoe is going to play out, right? Because as soon as you hit level 6, obviously the Talia is gonna beat you at every game in semi-global presence. May ultimate siya, madali lang talaga yung respawn niya. But at the same time, just pretty much the clear, I'd say, is pretty even for both of these teams. For both of these teams mid laners. Kaso yung Talia talaga grabe yung consistent poke and consistent damage niya. Si Zoe kasi, she's big burst, big skill as well, required to be able to just use the mechanics of her abilities. If you miss an ability here and there, you're pretty much good for the next 10 seconds. Na wala ka nang magagawa later on. As compared to Atalia, which is pretty much as long as up na yung CDs niya, gagamitin din kaagad throughout the entire fight.
Yeah, all I can see from the comps of the both teams, pre, ang nakikita ko lang talaga dito is team fight, team fight, team fight. You can never go wrong with an engage from the Ornn via the Wall of the Forge God. Tapos ito pag Glacial Prison, Hextech Ultimatum, it just breeds fighting, no? At ito yung gusto kong makita kasi ang nakita lang natin mula sa Ion Global kanina was just them taking picks. Wala nga lang nakitang 5v5 kasi anytime any person would walk up in the territory of Ion Global, may lumalaho talagang miyembro ng Amigos no? So kayo nga naman ang next guinea pig, I Miss You. Give us a good fight. Deliver us the action-packed 5v5s na inaasam ng mga tao dito because Martin and I are so ready for this one.
Absolutely, Salvi. And of course, ayan na, yung stare down ng ating mga players. No? Si Ornn yung nasa gitna dito and Zoe, wala man lang ka-aura-aura. Good vibes lang talaga sa...
Hindi niya alam kung saan siya i-deploy no? Wala.
Oo nga. At ayan na yung... Tingnan mo si Panty yun, boy. Walang emotion yun. Saan galing yung hangin? Ba't yung cape mo gumaganon? Wala namang hangin eh.
Pre, may handpan ata siya sa likod niya, pre. Feeling ko lang
Ay, yung Jisoo, may Jisoo.
Pre, may naka-Jisoo siya sa likod. Ano ba naman yan? Oh my God. Pero eto na nga, pre. The wait is finally over once more. The faithful shall be rewarded. Kayong mga nakatutok, bibigyan namin kayo ng malupitang League of Legends Ion Global Academy versus I Miss You as we enter the Summoner's Rift once more. Oh my God.
Yan na. A very, very simple start to what could possibly, keyword possibly, be the last game, ladies and gentlemen. Oo, ayan na nga. And Ion Global Academy definitely would very much like to finish their bracket off with a 2-0, diba? Sino ba namang hindi? Meanwhile, I Miss You right now, a very, very different narrative because now they're trying to put themselves on the mark. They don't want to be that O2 team coming into this game.
Yeah, you don't really want to exit out here with some sadness in your face. You want to go out with a bang.
Hindi.
And one solid win up against Iron Global could turn the tides and the landscape of Liga Republika. Hindi nangyari kahapon, pre. Pero sabi nga nila, sabi nila dito, pre, napakaliit lang ng pagkakataon na mangyari yung three-way tie. Pero you know, I miss you. Alam ko naman na solid yung comp nyo, solid din yung mga players nyo. Just
Oo nga.
try, di ba? Mali mo nga naman, no? The funniest thing that could have possibly happened here in Liga Republika is a three-way tie. Just means na Group B is just that competitive.
At ayan na, hiccup only. Magandang skin nyo na, baboy ba yun?
Ba yung
Baboy
ano?
nga, no?
Firecracker sa Juwani ba yan? Yan
Parang
nga.
oo nga, parang oo nga. Yan na nga, oo.
Yeah, kind of seeing no, na Ion Global now positioning fairly aggressive. Kaya nga naman nila, they do have the poke. Especially kung sabihin na merong position protocol mo. Malakas yung stage sa
Oo
top
nga.
side. So, that's already given, Martin. So, I feel like the bot lane nga naman talaga dito mag-make proactive sa mga laban.
Right, and it is gonna be jumping into this game. Again, just the top side player here for the side of Pantheon. Meanwhile, yung bot side naman simulan ng Sejuani. And again, even right now so far in terms of clear, slowly moving it out din. Ayan na, parang even na, parang nag-ano sila eh. Ayan na yung coordination nila. Same pathing.
Oo nga, no? Pero mag-i-interchange sila. Possible kasi na pwede mag-dive yung top eh. Lalo't masakit. Wala pang armor masyado dito si Mallory. Doran Shield, sustain, and health lang yung pwedeng may alay na itong item na to. But at the same time, you have Precision Protocol that deals percent health damage eh. So, that's gonna hurt a lot and that might just be enough burst. Knowing na malakas din naman ng level 4 ng Sejuani. So, baka naman talaga magkaroon ng contest sa Scuttle, mag-reroute si Luke Justin at maging pula ang tubig sa itaas. That's one scenario, baka ino-overthink ko lang.
Definitely, maaari din naman. I think it's very, very important. I think most of the time, no, itong mga players natin sa Summoner Strip, nag-overthink din mga to. And it's good overthinking, right? Because you can never be too safe. Lalong-lalo na when your death could be responsible for your team gaining advantage or a disadvantage in a very important game.
Up, level 4, full clear. May flash pa dito si Mallory. Wala pang searing charge. Inantay yung flash. And what a hook shot to get the first blood. Ion strikes first.
Perfect in play coming in from Hiccup only. At ayan na, sabi mo nag-overthink ka pero hindi eh. On towards the bot side as well. A lot of engage, forgotten.
Ang sakit nun! Si Lucas hindi pa tapos. Umalis na yung kakampi mo. Ikaw pumapalag ka pa. Kalma, idolo. Ayan na nga ang disengage.
That's pretty much a good jump. But look at Luke Justin wrapping all the way around. May pagkakataon ba siya dito? The minions are pushing on towards this tower.
He has the W. He can have a stun when he wants to.
One
Ito na yung
button.
handshake, kinamayan na. What a pulverize by Forgotten! And the tower dive is denied. You tried and you didn't succeed. Double for the Ezreal. And what a strike by Ion on the bottom side.
Forgotten. Ayan na, di na namin malilimutan yun. That was 3 kills instantly going on towards Ion. My God, misplay from I Miss You.
That was the most devastating pulverize I've ever seen, pre. What was I Miss You thinking? And let's take a look at this replay. Oh my God! Naglagay ng alcohol sa sugat si Direk para makita ulit natin ang pagpanaw ni Luke Justin at ng mga kakampi niya. What a way to get feet of warfare, pre. I wanna see that again. That was mesmerizing, Forgotten.
May zoom in pa. And of course, it doesn't help na yung mukaw Alistar pa talaga. yung dahilan kung bakit gumaganon yung dive nyo. Unfortunate, things were looking pretty good from I Miss You. Point and click stun na yung Pantheon. But again, the turret targeting was just so on point. And Wako, just enough HP to be bursted down by the turret shot. And that final shot talaga, right on to Luke Justin. Did too much damage for them to really recover from that.
Akala talaga natin no? Kasi Wako already dealt a lot of damage. Stack Blighted Quiver. Ang sakit na ng piercing arrow para mga lahati si Forgotten. But I feel like yung Malefic Roar passive, yung nakakahil yung Alistar, enough para makapag-sustain siya. Tas may refillable potion pa siya. So tumagal sa laban no? But isipin mo pre, no, ilang oras na nakalipas, pinag-uusapan pa rin natin. That's how we cannot forget Forgotten. No? Luke Justin invading. That's the Luke Justin we know! Reverse wall activated, but Hiccup only will be going for the flash to escape. Sleepy Trouble bubble as Rocket tries to go for some damage here na canvas. Aray ko! Ang sakit! Takbo Luke Justin! Rocket with just a lost chapter. That's the damage.
Yan na, ang sakit na rin. Coming in from our middle lane, nagpapakita na sila kung anong pretty much yung gameplay na ma-expect natin sa kanila. Rocket, of course, with those burst damage abilities. And again, Yuri with the semi-global presence na nakikita natin when he did ult on towards the top side. Unfortunately, didn't lead on towards anything. But again, that's just the name of the game, ladies and gentlemen. And Ion right now with a pretty steady lead. And I think Lucas as well as Forgotten are definitely going to abuse that here on towards the bottom side.
Yo, Lucas just getting the solo XP here, so this might just be a snowballing Ezreal. And Forgotten has roamed this way towards the top side. Mallory already has Call of the Forge Gods, so Ion's trio needs to tread carefully. And here comes the barrage of crowd control. Perfect. And Mallory just cannot move for his life. Let this man play. Wala talaga, ayaw paglaruin, and Ion gets another pick.
That's right, the Camille pick here onto Rage, proving very, very well coming in from the side of Ion actually. And even more so now, I Miss You getting their grave dug deeper here by Ion, just making these plays across the map. Wala talaga, di sila hihinto kahit nasa lead na sila. They want to be able to establish that aggressiveness and just pretty much get these pickoffs around the map. And it's up to I Miss You now to try and stop making these mistakes, try and stop overextending. And yeah, that's pretty much the name of the game for them.
Rocket na huli dito, but that's just the book. Wait, take tayo lang.
Good
May
night,
Starball pa na magaganap. Si Rocket mabubuhay nga ba? Here comes Call of the Forge God. Masasaluto ni Rocket at nangangalati na nga yung buhay niya. Luke Justin takbo. And there goes the W from the Sejuani as Luke Justin dies. Threaded volley from Yuri. He's gonna hit the Zoe. And here comes Mallory trying to save the life of his teammate. And Rage gets the precision protocol. Nice Hextech ultimatum. And Mallory flies. Can Mallory die? Shut down. Bakit they bounty yung support? Here comes hostile takeover. Pero wala nang value. Wala nang kakampi si Knuckles. All he could do is see the dead bodies teammates. Ion Global finds another pick.
Bakit nga may bounty yung support? Pero oo naman doon, 1-5 yung 1-5 din. 5 assist yung Alistar doon. And I think that is gonna be something that I Miss You at least are gonna take out of that fight, but very unfortunate for them. And such an amazing rotation coming in from Rage. That wasn't a teleport play or anything, no? He definitely just walked up there, anticipated a team fight, and it played out for Ion in the end. And that's something that I Miss You need to replicate on their side of the map if they're hoping to last a little bit longer up against Ion here.
But take a look though, there's a lot of movement on the top side. They want to get this pick. Forgotten already popping the Unbreakable Will early on. And that might cost Ion a lot of value with trying to contest the Void Grubs. Walang pag-walk up na magaganap dito. Rocket trying to poke down the mid laner. Ion talaga tangkain. Nailaban man lang to ng Ion. But here comes the Blast Code. Hiccup only engaging with the Arctic Assault. Another very good pulverize here from Forgotten as he finds two. Look, Justin bursts down the cow. And I Miss is now striking back. Bailout, walang pampiyansa si Luke Justin, mamamatay sa kamay ni Rocket. Susunod dito yung Camille, shutdown, nakuha ni Yuri ang cash out, and I Miss You finds the fight.
Grabe naman talaga ang ginawa ng Ion doon, but of course they did have the lead, and they definitely pretty much just tried to gain as much as they can coming into that game. Hiccup only, walang fear at all coming into that Void Grubs pit, no? Pumasok na agad-agad, and Rage will fall though, unfortunately for Ion, but I Miss You have definitely put their names on the map because of that play actually. Now the net worth lead is only up until 1k still. They're holding their ground.
Yeah, Ion still has a lot of strengths here that is very, very presentable that I Miss You feel like they need to respect. Hindi sa lahat ng oras no pwedeng lumaban dito ang IMY, but at the same time, they do have this ample confidence that anytime they could strike soon. Malakas yung pick-off nila. May burst na dito si Yuri. Pwedeng mag-chain of corruption dito si Wa kung gusto nga talaga nilang guaranteed kill. So yeah, it's just the mind games. It's just the waiting game as well here for I Miss You. Ion now positioning on the Dragon.
That's right. The Sunfire Age is already built up actually on towards Mallory, and that could prove very, very successful. But of course, Trinity Force as well, already on Rage. So that's gonna be extra damage, extra fear that I Miss You should have up against this Camille, who is already doing pretty good at 3-1 coming into this game. The net worth lead, not so much. I feel like Mallory is definitely still in the game, but in terms of everything, when all said and done, no, I think Lucas still definitely has the snowball potential, though nothing has happened ever since that failed bottom engage. I think he's doing still pretty well.
Yeah, they kinda are. No? So hopefully, no, I Miss You really do find the fight once more. Kasi isa pa lang yun na pwede nga nilang gamitin bilang beacon para makapag-comeback. No? So Ion still has that control despite the gold lead being even. Masasabi pa rin natin na Ion does have the items and the compatibility of everyone's ultimates para talaga ma-counter nila yung IMY. So yeah, Ion does have the driver's seat connected right now na IMY, they need to tread carefully kahit paano.
Oo nga, and ayan na Rage. Oh, just look at that damage from the basic auto plus the grasp coming in from Rage, and that's pretty much what we're going to have to expect here from Mallory, especially with the Trinity Force already on Rage. But oh, that's gonna be a channeled recall actually, just trying to escape Luke Justin, but he will be able to wait out Rage here. Is there a possibility here?
Yeah. Pero onting overextension lang Rage, yari ka nga naman, wala kang flash, ginamit mo pa talaga yung volcanic capture, nabait ka nga pala dun. Rage, you are just getting dunked, and now all the way down, Mallory finds the revenge kill.
That's very big from them to try and stop the momentum that Rage was slowly getting coming into this game. 3-1 na siya dun, now nagiging 3-2 pa, and that's pretty much just the patience from Luke Justin waiting it out.
Oh, Hiccup only fights the Glacial Prison. That is absolutely beautiful. What a combo by Hiccup only. Huli na si Luke Justin. Bangkay na lang nakita niya.
Yan na, that's what we expected from Rocket on towards this zone, no? Just being able to utilize the most out of the engages and visits coming in from Hiccup only. And that's very, very good coming in from Ion Global Academy there. Being able to utilize all of their champs, what they have, and what they're going to be able to do coming into each and every lane in this game.
Yeah, it's like I Miss You trying to find some haymakers here left and right para talaga tapatan yung facing na pinapakita ngayon ng Ion. Everything has been throwing caution in the wind sort of mindset para sa Ion. Pero itong I Miss You para lang makahabol kami na sana nga talaga mangyari. Gagawin at gagawin talaga namin ang lahat doon. Si Rage, ramdam mo talaga sa kanya na gusto niya maglaro at maglaro nga talaga dito. Sometimes, kalmahan lang. Overconfidence might be the death of you.
It might be indeed. And again, it seems as though I Miss You are holding their own ground here. I wouldn't say they're necessarily too much in trouble. The net worth lead that Ion has had hasn't grown, nor has it diminished really. But it's not really that much, 1k right now. Especially just split among the members of of Ion actually coming into this game. I feel like they're doing a pretty good job holding it down. And this Varus, again, a very, very big problem for Ion Global Academy coming into this game, especially if they're unable to hold their ground.
Oh, Rocket, look at the damage! The Zoe damage just from one battle star. And there goes the combo from the portal jump. And Rocket styles on him.
Wow! And again, something we super expected coming in from Rocket. Solo lang yun ha. No help at all whatsoever. And that was pretty much something that you didn't really expect to happen to Atalia, especially just knowing what Rocket has on that Zoe, right? Her kit isn't that complicated, right? It's a sleep, it's a very, very big burst damage Q, and of course your ultimate ability is just something there to complement it with. And yeah, you never really expect the damage until it kills you, right? And that's Rocket definitely making the most out of the surprises that he can make here. Oh, yung angles, grabe.
Tumama na naman. Oh my God! It was not accidental. It was a fate para dito sa Ion na pumasok na sa laban na to. And here comes another team fight on the top side. Hostile takeover. absolutely huge. Pero wala man naman masyado namamatay dito. Look, Justin trying to go for the Aegis Assault and he will go to sleep once more. Lucas trying to get the kill over to his ADC counterpart and he will get that successfully. Mallory now positioning over to the front lines as the Rift Herald is now alive. Look at the 50-50 position. Sleeping Trouble Bubble hitting
Good
once
night.
again. And Lucas gets the true shot barrage. Forgotten gets the kill. Support on combat, absolutely huge. Yuri now running away. Hindi tatama dito yung W. And what a fight by Ion. I miss you tried again.
That's right. And this is something that you're gonna have to attribute to it, no? Kasi kahit na may lead yung Ion dito, they're not just going all in brain dead, right? They're very much respecting yung capability na mayroon yung I Miss You. And because they're doing that, they're winning a lot of these skirmishes, a lot of these team fights. And I think that's very, very important for you, especially just to be able to respect your opponent and know what they're able to do. Para di kayo ma-catch off guard din naman and the tides don't turn at all. And that's why I Miss You is having such a hard time right now trying to find their momentum, trying to find their mojo in this game. Ion Global Academy, definitely a very, very strong steel wall against I Miss You in this group.
Di talaga matibag eh, no? At hindi rin talaga magiba. Ion Global Academy has been putting on the ranks for 2 games already. Amigos Esports, they wanted to reach the far end of the map, but their arms are just too short to box with Ion Global Esports. And also, now translating into the second game, I Miss You couldn't even reach any part of it, no? Isang team fight pa lang tayo nakakita na nakakalamang ang I Miss You. But what's next for this team? Dragon now being contested possibly kasi papwesto na dito. It's going to be a bloody warfare and I'm already for it. Unraveled Earth, very huge. Look, Justin gets sent into the depths of hell and everyone is feasting on him. Glacial Prison, Sinalo ni Knuckles, bail out. Wala kang pampiyansa, idolo. Lucas is on a rampage. Forgotten gets taken as the trade goes by. 2 for 1 so far. Ion takes the Dragon. Si Lucas gusto pang lumaban. And the disengage is now imminent. Tumama yung Trouble Bubble. Hindi abot ni Rocket. Masyadong malayo. Ion Global strikes again.
Ayan, such an amazing hostile takeover there that allowed them to get 1 kill at least coming in from Knuckles. So that's gonna be something that Ion Global Academy definitely are gonna have to wait. Because if you were able to see the chokehold there, munti ka ng lahat ng membro dito ng Ion Global Academy na tamaan ng hostile takeover. And the damage that they do is no joke. Especially Lucas coming into this game.
Oh yeah, absolutely no joke, pre. Like Lucas really had the gall and the cojones, pre, para talaga mag-walk up dun sa tribush na yun. I really do not advise that, Lucas, kasi wala ka ng support dun. Pero yeah, Ion is just oozing confidence right now just because they can walk up, take a fight, and then get away scot-free. That's Ion Global for you guys.
That's right. And the net worth lead actually slowly diminishing constantly for the side of I Miss You. They're actually still putting up a fight up against Ion despite the vast majority of the lead that they have been getting throughout the rest of this game. And I think that's something I have to credit I Miss You for and will tell me just from that they are definitely not out of the game. And I got my eyes set on this Varus. Ayan na, has his first item of the game. Yung Ezreal natin may pangalawa na, but he does have to build up on those mana stacks.
Oh, beautiful Weaver's Wall actually, no, to deny the tower here for Ion Global as they seek more gold to their bags here. Para talaga mahirapan dito ang I Miss You and Ion looking forward to their power spikes for their second items. Lalo-lalo na nga rin dito sa top at mid nga natin na maya't maya makukuha na nga nila yung items na respectively. Pero dito si Lucas Prin, no? Dahil nga pumaldo siya dun sa bottom lane na halos nakakailang kills na nga siya plus solo XP. Already pabuo na yung Muramana niya. So this Lucas guy is gonna do a lot of damage for I Miss You.
Tingnan natin yung Dark Seal ng Zoe parang salve. 10 na yun. Maaring magiging Medjay pa to. And I think he would pretty much have the confidence to do that. Kasi so far, it's been an amazing Rocket show, no? Just being able to show what he can do on this Zoe. Tell us why Amigo Esports banned it. And ayan na, be able to get solo kills across the map and just using his utility to find the angles on that sleeping bubble.
And also, Pre, another question here for I Miss You. You picked Talia but did not ban Zoe. Okay, I see you, I miss you. They really challenged the Zoe, man. But look at what's happening right now. It's not paying them dividends.
Not at all. And of course, Rocket using yung very comfortable hero niya lang. And I think that's a lot of That's a lot of something that's very, very important as well. Even no matter what tournament you're looking at, you know the confidence. You know the confidence is very, very important coming into these games, and just being able to see what a lot of these players are more comfortable with would definitely give them a better shot than apart from just like focusing on the meta and whatnot.
Yeah, this is a breath of fresh air from the usual mid laners that we see here at Liga Republika. Buti na nga lang no, nakuha na sa wakas bilang panapos netong araw na to. Rocket gets his signature Zoe, and you kinda like to see that we are getting treated into a work of art right now by Rocket. At kanawala ay pagkabuhay na pagkabuhay nga naman talaga. Balak talaga kunin to ng Ion with sheer brute force and strength. Walang kakontrol-control para sa I Miss You. Ayaw nga nila i-contest to. Under 7k HP, Yuri nag-walk up. Kasama dito si Knuckles. Ingat sa hostile takeover. Weaver's Wall, ito na. Papasok, magkakarambulan na. Grand Starfall! And atakan will be secured by Ion Global as the fight is now imminent. 3-man pulverized na at nilipad. Double kill for Rocket. He's a heat-seeking missile. Shut down clay by Wako to his ADC counterpart. Lucas is down, but the rest of I Miss You is sending forward. Triple para kay Rocket, eyeing for the pentakill. Knuckles gets taken down. A quadra, a pentakill for Rocket. What a performance by this guy.
Ayan na, it's Rocket's world and we're all just living in it, paring Salve. What an amazing play coming in from Ion Global Academy. Unfortunately for I Miss You, ang ganda na sana ng wall ni Yuri dun. Na-zone out pa nga yung dalawa, but still, the knock-up once again from the pulverize of Forgotten. And again, this is just this Mokau Alistar making trouble for I Miss You.
Oh, let's take a look at this team fight again.
Pulverize
Una
foreman
muna
yun.
dito, una muna yung pulverize. Everyone just was lifted up to the air. Pero wala namang party na nagaganap. May nagawa na si Wako, pre, na-shutdown niya ni Ezreal. Pero pre, gumagawa pala ng montage. Nagna-nightcore pala si Rocket, pre. I was convinced na kay Rage na yung kill na to sa Renata, pre. But Rocket, pre, it's his world. He is a god amongst men. And we get treated to an art once more.
Ayan na, even more so, I Miss You slowly being haunted by the fact that they went Talia and didn't ban this Zoe, as you said, and they're definitely suffering the consequences of that. But even then, it's just the rest of Ion Global Academy coming in now.
Oh, hindi tatama yung Glacial Prison, but Hiccup only is tanking so much damage. Parang wala lang sa kanya. Piercing Arrow is gonna hurt definitely, and finally, Wako gets another kill. Rocket also doing some damage on the backline here of I Miss You. And Forgotten trying to position himself. Sleepy Trouble bubble. Yuri catches it, gets the ignite. Legendary gameplay from this god. Rocket gets a pick.
Ayoko na, men. Ayoko na, boy. Grabe yung ginawa niya doon. Ang disrespectful, and they're still going for more.
Sub 25 minutes already inside of the base. Forgotten gets the pulverize. Nice seating charge to deny any crowd control. Hostile takeover is gonna go absolutely wide. Walang gustong sumalo ng pakonsuelo ni Knuckles. Inhibitor now down. And that's all she wrote for Ion's base attack. Kills end the inhibitor.
They back out as of the moment. They know there's no end potential, but this is just devastating for I Miss You. Now they know that they aren't going to be able to make it as easy as they once thought they were. 6k gold lead now for the side of Ion, and of course that disengage tells us that I Miss You can't do anything to make a bounce back here. And it's very smart that Ion still, even at this point of the game, even after all they've done, even after Rocket's pentakill and his playmaking in the middle lane, respect their opponents, and that's just smart gameplay right there.
Yeah. The question now lies where I Miss You. Why did you give Zoe? Why? How will I Miss You sleep well at night? Paano kayo makakatulog ng mahimbing, pre? Forgotten gets caught. Buti na lang may unbreakable will si Hiccup only. Nagdadalawang isip kung sasama ba nga siya. Pinapanood niya si Forgotten. Kaya niya na daw yan. Forgotten is alive. What a magic trick by Ion Global. Yuri is still going for chase. And Rocket is on the far side. Trying to go for the Sleepy Trouble bubble. Not gonna hit though. And Ion's support is gonna live.
Grabe ang sakit no. You went all in onto Forgotten and he still lives after all that. Grabe na snipe niya pa si Wako dun si Rocket. Actually, Rage has just been pushing this bottom lane the entire time, and even the top side, there's pressure existing from Ion as the Baron now spawns 25 minutes into the game, ladies and gentlemen, and it looks freer than ever for Ion Global Academy.
The numbers do not lie. That is indeed 100-0. Every time a major objective spawns, Iron Global just feast their eyes on taking this one. Atakan, Dragons, and now Baron Nashor. If this is dominance in a game of League of Legends, Iron Global is the champion indeed. 9-24. Pre, dun palang alam mo na kung sino yung clear-cut winner dito eh.
Oo nga, ayan na yung patience coming into this game. Kahit na bago niya pang binukas yung ating live, no, 9:24 na yung nasa scoreboard. And it actually doesn't lie. A lot of games we were able to see teams leading in kills, pero kahit ganun pa rin, parang yung aggression, yung dominance all over the map, andun pa din sa lower kill team. But this time, actually, I think the story pretty much just writes itself on the scoreboard, as Ion Global Academy have yet to falter again against I Miss You. And that's something that I Miss You definitely gonna try and have to capitalize right now, but things are looking grim for them indeed.
Oh yeah, Baron Nashor, Soul, and as well as Ruinous Atakan. What more could you possibly give to Ion just so they could have this game? Already the Shurelia's activated and they want to go for an engage. Top side tower is gonna get absolutely destroyed. Rocket trying to go for a montage here, but will not hit momentarily as Ion positions to the inhibitor tower on the top.
Ayan na, trying to get a reset unfortunately, but Ion just not allowing that. Oh, little bit of engage coming from Rocket as well, trying to get that flash with that ultimate ability, try and get a big poke that will tell them to keep pushing.
Look at the time. What a dominating game by Ion as they now set their eyes to the base.
Wala
3
na.
inhibitors down. No turning back for
Dito
I Miss
na.
You. Last ditch effort. Ito na nga ang huling laban. Tulog ang dalawa. Sasalo din ng sangkaterbang crowd control ang I Miss You as the tower gets taken down. Double kill para dito kay Rage. Si Yuri nagbabato ng bato pero wala naman tumatama. Si Lucas sinusugod na nga. Papasok siya ng well. Masusunog yung buhay niya. Pero bukas na yung base. Yuri, mamamatay ka na. Unti na lang. Another penta. Quadra lang makukuha ni Rage. Kamuntikan pa. Ion gets the game to end it all. Sila na ngayon ang namumuno ng Group B.
At ayan na, the 2-0 convincing victory from back-to-back games. Ion Global Academy, ladies and gentlemen, are number 1 on the leaderboard here for Group B. And of course, that absolutely tells us that actually it is going to be Amigos Esports as well as Ion Global Academy making out of this group. And we're gonna have to say goodbye, unfortunately, to the Facebook page favorites. I Miss You.
Oh, I Miss You. The community sweethearts. Ating favorites, no, Martin? Pag binabanggit, may naaalala tayo na gusto na nga natin magpalambig. Pero I Miss You will not be seeing any daylight at the LCP wildcard slot, and so is the playoffs, no? Pero ito na nga, ang ating pambato ng Group B. Nagkaroon na nga ng wakas tong araw na to. And it's now Amigos and Ion Global Academy that will move forward to the next stage.
Ayan na, and grabe talagang pinapakita ng ating mga teams natin ngayon, no? This is just the second day of our group stage,
Yes,
man.
second
Oh my
day.
God. Like, unbelievable plays already that we were able to see across the map, and just being able to show why these teams made it through that qualifiers. And of course they did. Just look at what they were able to do. And that's Zoe. Once again, parang sirang plaka na tayo. Laging nagme-mention ng Zoe, but come on, man.
Man, Ion Global for 2 games straight has a total 8 Dragons and 3 Barons kung di ako nagkakamali. No, feeling ko dalawa nga lang kasi di na lang nakuha ata yung huling Baron on that last fight against Amigos. Pero ito pre, grabe nga naman, objective-wise, Ion just has it on the bag. Man, this team is amazing to see.
Absolutely, and it's a very, very convincing win coming in from them. I Miss You. There were very, very small glimpses throughout the mid game and the early game as well, where I Miss You seemed like they were still able to stand a chance, but pretty much it is just deceptive in the fact that I Miss You had a very, very strong early game lineup. But even then, Ion Global Academy were able to show their dominance. Although they weren't able to completely snowball throughout the early and mid game, it was only because I Miss You had the draft that was very, very strong for that early start of the game. But in the late game, we saw the potential coming in from Ion.
32,000 damage for Rocket. It's a total combined of 3 players of I Miss You's total damage, that being Luke, Justin, Mallory, and Knuckles combined. Ganun ka-threatening si Rocket, pre. The moment you heard that, pre, feeling ko, yumanig din yung likod ko dun, just hearing what this man is capable of, no? The matches will indeed be poetic pagkapasok ng playoffs natin, and we still have more to go. There is still more action here at Liga Republika, and the summary says it all. It's the Ion game nga naman talaga.
That's right, and definitely, I'm pretty sure as soon as Ion Global Academy locked onto that Zo, Rocket just pretty much pulled up his sleeves. I could imagine it. I already see it, visualize it in my mind, paring Salve, kung ano nang alam niyang kaya niyang gawin sa team na to.
Amen. Highlights. We are going to see it once more. Dumpster fire.
Lord.
Ito na pre, yung galit talaga ni Mali. Oh my God, look at this pulverize. Oh my goodness, pre. Napakaganda nga naman talaga, aray ko. Para sa bot lane ng I Miss You na nakita nga na naman natin. Ito yung combo nga nila. Rocket just really knows how to play the Zoe, pre. Feeling ko nga parang 1 million mastery points ka dyan eh.
Maari nga. Definitely not an impossibility. Just look at what he does here. This is a very good fight sana for Ion, di ba? Na-lock out nila si Forgotten at si Rage, but as soon as Forgotten comes in, boom!
Yeah, that was insane, no? It kind of felt like it's not just Rocket's game. Rage's quadra kill, yung mga solo kills ni Rocket din, si Lucas just dishing out the damage, Forgotten's insane barrel-like engages from the Alistar. And yeah, this is an Ion Global Academy for the ages. Parang ito na ata yung standard natin pagdating sa mga gameplay, no? Like, wow, Ion Global, and of course, pre, bakit naman hindi? The undisputed. Tinan mo, pre, pabuo na sana siya ng Rabadons. Hindi, sayang lang, hindi niya pa nabuo. Pero pre, this man just aura farmed to his MVP.
Absolutely. And that's gonna be Rocket there, ladies and gentlemen. Wala nang iba. The Medjay Soul Stealer, I'm pretty sure that's already at full stack. I think Dark Shield na palang full stack na yun eh. And that's gonna be so amazing coming in from this game. And I wouldn't be surprised if for the rest of this tournament, teams would just rather have Rocket not on this Zoe.
Yeah. Pick another champion eh, no? Pero ang ginawa lang I Miss You, pick your poison. Talia or Zoe. They pick Zoe, and oh boy, did they regret that did they regret that choice. Napakasakit, Kuya Eddie nga, no? And I Miss You. Once more, we bid you farewell, pero kudos and nice effort. GG's. NT, we see you guys next time for the iteration of Liga Republika. And then, pre, just like that, Group B is already summarized. Let's take a look at the summary of what happened from the fallout of Group B here at Liga Republika. Una nga talagang tumantos dito ang Amigos Esports up against I Miss You, and then to follow that up, hindi nila nakuha yung momentum on the second game as Ion Global was able to dominate, and for our plot ending, pre, ang apex netong araw na to, Ion Global, not only did they get the pentakill, but a statement win up against I Miss You.
That's right, and that's definitely something that you can expect to see here, ladies and gentlemen, sa Liga Republika. This is just the second day of our group stage, and nakikita natin, and I think that's why this is going to be the standout champion. Of course, a 100% win rate, equal pick and ban rate, coming into this game, and just very an amazing champion actually for the vast majority of this game, and the whole day actually. Just the damage that it was able to do pretty much stands out. Kahit sa isang game lang natin nakikita yun in both games. Yeah, just absolutely amazing coming into the series.
Yeah, I just don't see any champion being fit out the narrative. That is stand out, no?
Not at all.
Absolutely not. And this is what happened, no? From the damage and the gold. Dito muna tayo sa gold, no? Ang laki, grabe. Sana pwedeng gawing totoong pera. Pa-cash out mo, total gold earned.
Send ko na Gcash ko.
Total damage dealt is 800,000. Feeling ko, pre, 80% mula dyan is mula sa Amigos tsaka dito sa tsaka kay Rocket.
Of course. Tsaka kay Rocket. Isang tao na lang ating bibigyan ng ganyang kalaking damage. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, that is the group stage recap for now. In the next 2 days, magkaroon pa tayo ng Group C tsaka yung Group D natin who have some very strong teams din naman.
Of course, man. Absolutely. Nung kaabang-abang naman ng mga matches na yan, no, meron pa tayo mga The University, Ouroboros, Six Sense, Inferno, at iba pa pre. So stick around, follow the page of Liga Republika para sa mga karagdagang updates, anything revolving around League of Legends. And for tomorrow's schedule, maglilipa na ang Summoners Rift once more as Inferno Esports, KGX, and Hot will be fighting up against one another, no, para sa Group C qualifiers.
That's right, and definitely my heart is absolutely filled here, no? Filled here as well. Just pretty much the joy of being a League of Legends player, the passion that we're able to see from these players na wala mang face cam, no? Ano, yung the playstyle na pinapakita nila sa atin, yung synergy, the rotations around the map, how they're able to synergize with one another. This is PH League of Legends, ladies and gentlemen, paring Salve. And I can't be more happy to share this opportunity with you and our viewers.
Thank you so much, no, Martin. And walang sawang pasasalamat para sa ating league community dyan. Dahil sa inyo, nagkakaroon tayo ng tournaments tulad ng Liga Republika. Patuloy lang ang suporta, magbubunga din to lahat. Magkakaroon na rin ng Pilipinas representatives sa League of Legends Championship Pacific. No? At yun naman yung gusto nating makita, ang sariling atin lumilipad para mag-compete sa ibang bansa. Kaya maraming salamat, Ryan Games, our partner broadcasters from Serial Kitten. In behalf of everyone here dito sa broadcast, thank you so much for your continuous support. Pre, yun na lang ang oras natin. Magkikita pa tayo next time for more action at Group C and Group D. Tas may playoffs pa. This is Liga Republika, Salvatore, and Dumpster Fire. Wishing you guys goodbye and have a nice day.